I haven't been at the front row since I think it was the Fate and the Furious, whichever one where Dom is the bad guy. I was up front and
Spoilers.
like
The fade, like the fade.
I don't know, maybe.
I thought they
The
were
fa-
family.
the fate.
Yes, the Fate, you idiot. The Fate.
Small talk.
Welcome, everyone, to this week's episode of Small Talk, the show where we talk about absolutely nothing important at all. As always, I'm your host, joined by my sweet co-hosts, Sean, Ed Nettie, and good old Marky Mark. What up, guys?
How's it going?
By the way, I love how in that, Eddie, you definitely said fade.
I know.
Like Fate-
I was
Fate and
listening to
Furious.
it right now, and I was like, "Fade, what an idiot!"
And then my favorite part is Sean says something, you go, "Yes, you idiot."
Because I said Fate, but it definitely sounded like Fade. Listened back to it, so I don't blame you now, Mark. That's my bad.
I was like, holy shit, I
Or
looked
Sean,
like Brenton
my
really
bad.
quick
I was
there
like,
for a
what?
minute. I was like, what?
wow.
What a bizarre
Yeah,
way to be canceled.
I totally missed that the first time when we covered that as well, or when we went over that. I didn't hear you say that at all, Eddie. But after I re-listened to it, now I know what Sean was talking about. But yeah. Anyway, sorry. Welcome everyone to this week's episode. We have an absolutely loaded show. Obviously because of Comic-Con. We won't spend a ton of time getting into things, but I do want to ask how you guys are doing.
Doing all right, man. Nothing crazy. Finishing up summer break. Got going back to work here in the next 3 weeks, I think. So, other than that, we're doing pretty good.
Oh yeah, that's kind of the end of the teacher's world
Yep.
when school starts
Yeah.
back up.
Yeah, and I just got through the. I think I did all the summer weddings so far. I had like 6 weddings in like 9 weeks. So that breaks the bank account in like a bad way.
Yeah,
But it's nice
That's like-
seeing people. It's nice seeing people like not at funerals, you know, because that
Yep.
was kind of like the COVID thing. And then anybody in the that's a Patreon member knows what I got going on with Katrina. So join Patreon and learn what the hell's going on with my wife. So,
yeah.
Is there pictures?
Uh,
Oh, okay. No.
God.
hope the best for you guys.
no, I'm really excited about it. I gotta wait 2 weeks to unbox.
I
those
would
things,
be
so.
too. It's like
2 weeks.
unboxing a present on Christmas.
Yeah.
Weeks to unbox it.
And then she's like, "Oh, the swelling will go down." I'm like, "No, I'm good."
Does it have to? Yeah.
But otherwise, man, life's good. Other than global warming. Global warming aside, man, we're doing
Yeah.
everything.
Serious.
Everybody's doing good.
Yeah, it's been pretty warm around. I wouldn't say it's like the hottest that I can remember we've been around here, because like we get into triple digits pretty often, but I would say it's like the most consistent heat that we've had
Yeah.
over the last couple of weeks here. But still nothing what you guys got in Texas, but
I think it's been like 107. I think some of the northern cities hit like 111,
yeah.
112, something like that.
Oh my
It's been
God.
Crazy.
Eddie,
Dude.
how have you been?
Go ahead, Mark. You want?
No, just in Pennsylvania, once it hits over 90, it's literally like, don't go outside. Like, it's like The Happening. If you ever watch The Happening, it's literally like that once it hits 90 degrees.
Is it humid in Pennsylvania too?
It is super humid, man.
Oh damn.
It's like humidity is like, it's usually like, it's always at like 80%, but it feels like 10,000%. Like they literally, like a lot of the radio stations, they call it a fat guy index. You know what I mean? Where it's like a sweat. You know what I mean? Like one of
Yeah.
those, like, you know, make sure you have towels with you.
Yeah.
And that's
I mean,
the way today was.
Yeah, I would hate that, man. I hate
Go ahead, Eddie.
I hate living in hot areas. Like I grew up in the desert, so I try to get away from it. But even where I live now, close to LA, like it's still getting hot here, man. Like the last 2 to 3 weeks, it's been mid 90s. Like some days have gotten over 100, like to 104 ish. So like not
no
crazy
way.
high, but
No way.
yeah, it's been hot. But you know, as long as you're inside, the AC is really good. So it is what it is. But I've been good. Just working and
working out too. I saw.
yeah, well,
No,
yeah. The last couple of days I started working out again. I'm trying to get back into it because
it's a vintage.
before the new year, like I was doing really good, and then I got COVID after Christmas, and like it fucked up my whole schedule and like what I was doing and my whole thing. So I'm trying to
Threw
get
you
back
out of
into
it.
it, and it's been fun. So and I like posting it. If you guys get sick of seeing my posts, I'm sorry, but
No, I love it, dude.
posting
Man,
it makes me feel like
if you're posting often,
it
that
makes
means
me feel like
that
I,
means you're
you
getting
know,
on the road, brother.
yeah,
Means
yeah.
you're rolling down.
Helps
Yeah.
to keep me honest, I guess.
Right.
It's your-
Yeah. If that's what
it's
it
your
does,
Facebook,
post
yeah.
away.
For real.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Glad you're getting back to it, Eddie. Better than Amanda would like me to work out a lot more than I do, which
Eddie.
is like once a week. if that.
Adriana doesn't like when I work out because then she
Why?
feels obligated to work
She
out
has
herself.
to.
And then she's like, and when you start working out, like you start noticing like that we eat bad shit. So she'll be like, you start being like, oh, this has a lot of sugar in it. Or, oh, this has a lot of like this in it. She's like, I hate it.
Yeah, there's it's only like so far that working out takes you if your diet is terrible. So yeah, that's like yeah, you're like I don't want to like counteract what I've done, you know.
Yeah.
So well, it's good. That's awesome. Good to hear
Thanks.
there. So
Let's talk toys, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, let's first check in with the chat.
The tit for tat.
We got toy. Mark's got one thing on my mind. Toy Mafia.
Wow.
we got Badfish, Absolute Irwin, Equan. Good to see you guys. We got Matt, who's oblivated. He said an oblivated index because Matt
Dude,
he hates the humidity and heat. He does not do well.
I couldn't read that name. I kept in my head. I was reading ovulated. I was like, what's
Ovulated.
yeah.
So funny story is he made it. That's like his gamer tag when he was like a little kid, and he tried to spell obliviated.
Oh, is that what that's supposed to be?
So it became.
I was trying to.
oblivated.
I was literally gonna think. I was like, should I research on Google what obliviate?
Yeah, I couldn't
Yeah.
figure it out either.
So of course, we're all like, we're all like, don't ever change that. That is so awesome. That name. So, anyways, but yeah, so he hates the heat, so that's why he said an oblivated index. Cram, thanks for joining. He asked any figures at SDCC y'all are going to buy. I'm going to try.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not guaranteed if I will yet or not. But what about you guys?
Well, I'm already getting the HasLab, so that should be coming in here hopefully in the next few months. So excited about that. I kind of like that disguised Boba Fett. And then NECA has the monsters still coming out, so those. And then SH Figure Arts with that Buzz Lightyear. Looks sweet, man.
How about you, Eddie, Mark?
There's a bunch of stuff I saw. The one thing I would say, like I was really excited. I was waiting for Mondo to do a female figure on as far as X-Men goes. And they did Jubilee.
Oh.
I mean, come the fuck on. I'm like, I don't care. Even if you grew up with the '90s X-Men, who was picking Jubilee?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. She's like the
Anybody.
main character from 90s X-Men.
I mean,
show.
the disrespect of Rogue is absolutely terrible.
It
That's
is.
true.
I will.
And I
always
know
say that
I know
was,
I know
like,
everybody's shitting on the Gandalf the White Asmus,
Oh,
but I see a lot. I just see some bad futzing with that figure. I'm more than excited to pay for that.
Yeah.
And then, you know what? It's like anything else. When you love a property, you have rose-colored glasses. Because I can't imagine being a Star Trek fan. Because every Star Trek thing I've ever seen, like growing up, all their figures have always been total shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The old Star Trek figures, they've always been totally crappy. So I understand that I'm seeing through rose-colored glasses because I can't get a better grand off the white otherwise. Other than that, I can't remember anything like offhand that I really like instant pre-order. Of course, there's a lot of cool stuff. There's a lot of stuff I want. So, but we'll get to that, I'm sure, when we get through this. So
Yeah. Just to let everyone know, I don't want to disappoint any. If we don't get to what you want to, I apologize. There's a shit ton of news. We had to pick and choose our battles on what we wanted to cover. Otherwise, this could have been like a 4 to 5 to 6 hour long show with Comic-Con going on. So we did have to kind of pick and choose what we wanted to cover. Just so everyone knows, we'll probably push a lot of the G.I. Joe stuff till next week or the week after just to catch up or something like that. Of course, we have the HasLab on there, but like the classified series stuff we're going to wait on.
Yeah, and it would help. It would help if G.I. Joe's showed a little respect to the 3.75 that got them on the market.
Collectors say
you know what I mean? It's like, okay, I saw a bunch of their 6-inch figures on clearance, and it's like, you know what? You fucking saw it coming because I'm so tired of the 6-inch G.I. Joe stuff. I'm sorry. I hate to say it.
Okay.
But the stuff is about to be it's about the ships. You know what I mean? No,
right.
Shut up. I'm sorry. Don't get me started on the G.I. Joe or the G.I. Joe people. G.I. Joe people can fuck themselves.
Damn, the people.
You gotta come on when we do cover it, Mark. So
it's so frustrating.
But I want to keep getting through the chats. We got Vintage Rebellion in here, and I think that's the last one. I just didn't want to leave out Vintage Rebellion.
And Vintage Rebellion. Vintage Rebellion has a really good YouTube page also. So you should subscribe to him. He's got a lot of good stuff on there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
he's a good small talk type guy.
So yeah, thanks everyone for joining. Let's get into it really quick. We won't like show anything off super long like a review or anything on stuff we got new. But Sean, if you want to start us off on stuff that you got new since last show.
Yeah, I got quite a bit. I actually sold a bunch of stuff from just some stuff I've been trying to get rid of at swap meets and stuff. And I picked up some figures that I wanted. My son made out good with some of my credit too, so he got some stuff. But the first thing I got was the Wing Dragon of Raw Pop, and this is what's stopping me from getting the Kotobukiya statues because it's so much cheaper. So I got all the gods and I got Exodia now, so that's cool. With the credit though that I got from my stuff, I got the rest of the TMNT Power Rangers line. So there's April O'Neil as the Pink Ranger.
April O'Neil.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the crossover.
Yeah.
So and there's her head sculpt, so it's cool too.
Nice.
There. She also
That's
comes
awesome.
with a camera and a microphone and two bow weapons. There's the camera and the microphone. Michelangelo as the Yellow Ranger and his head sculpt. I wasn't a big fan of their head sculpts, so just their expressions and stuff. But everything else on them is cool. They all come with loads of hands. I think they have like 4 extra pair of hands. Raphael. Tommy is the foot soldier.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. And then so he comes with the mask. There's a little mask piece so you can have his head sculpt covered by that.
Oh man, what a clever repaint. Those little fucking savages.
And then this is, I think, the best one of the line. I wasn't going to get this, but I was like, you know what? I'm getting the rest of them. I might as well. It's the Shredder. I think Shredder is the best one out of the entire line. So Shredder as the Green Ranger.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, Shredder toy-wise is an awesome villain.
And like the Lightning Collection does, they all come with some form of little like effect piece. So the Shredder
Sure.
on the claws, and then just other stuff on the weapons and things like that. And I got the other two. Who is it? Donnie and who is it? Donnie and I'm blanking on the other one, but we showed them off several shows ago. But that is all I got. Anybody
Oh,
else?
sorry. I thought I was just waiting. Eddie, you're up next. Show us what you got. What you got, baby?
I think I only got these, so I decided to jump into the 3-0 Iron Man line. I don't think I had them last show, so I got the Mark 43 from 3-0, and I got the Hulkbuster. I got the Mark 43 first from Mike Cruz. You know, he's a longtime Patreon, longtime supporter, CW. Cool guy. He had a good deal on the 43, and I was already interested in the line, so I jumped on it, and he sent that out, and it's a sick figure. And then when I was looking at the Hulkbuster online, like, I saw that you could do some sick stuff with it, so I was like, oh, I gotta get the Hulkbuster now to go with the 43. So when I was at Frankenson's over the weekend, I picked up the Hulkbuster, and I'm glad I did, because you could do this sick thing where you use the flight stand in the Hulkbuster to kind of make it look like he's busting out of it. You could also, like, detach the arms and the lower half of the body and put the torso in the Hulkbuster to make it look like the 43's in there. So that's pretty sick. So you could do a lot of stuff, and the Hulkbuster has insane articulation for a Hulkbuster. Like, it's crazy. It can do pretty much anything. Like, I got it into an Iron Man pose earlier before I had this pose, because I wanted to do like an Iron Man landing pose with the 43 busting out, but the way the flight stands work, like, it wouldn't have worked. But it can hit the poses, and, like, I mean, everything on it moves. You got flaps and all kinds of shit on it, and there's light ups. These arms work. They turn into, like, the tasers, and then, like, the thing that was, like, punching the Hulk in the face. You could do all that with the things on the arms, and I haven't tried the light ups yet because they don't come with batteries, which is the only, like, downside of them, but it's fine. I ordered batteries. I think they're coming today, actually, from Amazon.
I'd
So
almost
I'll
rather
check
that
out.
anyways than get bullshit batteries that last like 5 seconds and you never use
true.
anyways, so then they might explode over time. I'd
Oh,
rather
definitely.
like buy my own good ones and control those.
Yeah,
David
so-
Jones agrees with you. Says articulation is almost unmatched.
Yeah, so I want to call out real quick. We're going to look at doing a figure showcase, small talk figure showcase with Sean Usby, right?
Yeah.
You and Eddie, and we'll kind of do 45 to an hour long show covering those two figures, kind of the 43 and the Hulkbuster, and get some more detailed thoughts there.
Yeah, it'll be a cool one, man. This line is killer. I think I'm going to go all in on it just because it's somewhat affordable to have, like, a huge Iron Man display with this. You know, it's
That's
cheaper than
awesome.
Hot Toys, so they're about, like, the normal Iron Man figures are about, like, 100 each retail, and then the Hulkbuster is $250. So not bad for a good size Hulkbuster. It's about, like, I don't know, like 13 inches or so high. Maybe a little more, but they're pretty sick, dude. I'm excited. I got it. Like, and originally I was not going to get the damaged 43, but now I'm thinking about it just because I'm going to keep this 43 with the Hulkbuster because I like the way it looks. So, yeah, it's a good line to have. If you're on the fence with it, like, I'd get them. They got a bunch on pre-order already, so it's a very cool line. But I think that was all that I got this week. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Do I get a turn or?
Yep. Yeah. You're
Okay, real quick.
You just
All right.
just go last, Mark.
Yeah, I was a late entry, but this came from Zach because he's been looking for
Nice.
some vintage collection stuff. So
Tell the
I really wanted
listeners-
this.
Tell
the
the listeners
droids.
what it is.
The droids animated Boba Fett because I have the Hot Toys animated Boba Fett. So I want to kind of like put that up for display. Another thing I got was Legolas Funko Pop. I shit on Funko Pops for plenty. I have my
You
reasons.
do.
Everybody does.
I feel like you shit on so many things that you end up owning or
Yeah.
do own.
But I love having the Fellowship. So I have
Sure.
the only one I don't have on pre-order is Boromir, but this is the 6th one I have. So I'm still waiting on Pippin and Merry to show up.
Pippin.
But then I have to find. So if anybody finds a Boromir for around $20-ish shipped, I can't say I'd suck anything, but you know what I
You'll pay
mean.
$12 for it?
Jeez.
This
I
is
hooked
a
you up.
show, not a marketplace.
Yeah.
Mark,
And then yesterday, the missus she got a enhancement procedure done, so I went to Target and I got lucky. So the Ninjetti Power Ranger figures were
How
they
were
were
those
like
correlated? What you just said.
well because it was lunchtime. Well, I had to drop her off there, and you can't be more than 10 minutes away. They give you a buzzer, and I'm like, are you gonna fucking kill my wife because she's getting a boob job? Anyways, so then I had to stay close. Well, the Target was real close, and they had the Ninjetti Power Rangers, which is, I'm trying to collect these figures. They had them for $7.50, and I only had the White Ranger at this point, and I know I have the Blue and Yellow Ranger on pre-order, so I got these for $7.50, and I love these costumes because it's a movie, and it was my age.
Sure.
Because when the movie came out, I don't know, I was like 9 years old or something like that, so.
What's up, Sam?
I totally dug it. So, but
I'm
that was
kinda
my
upset.
6-inch pickup. So
I'm kind of
So
upset we haven't seen any Wild Force updates from them.
yeah,
like,
and
during the con.
another thing, I know a lot of people don't like it, but I went and watched a lot of the Sentai. They call them Alien Rangers,
Yeah.
and
They haven't done nothing from
they
them, man.
didn't do that when Bandai had it, and it was called the Legacy Collection,
Yeah,
or
Legacy.
whatever.
Yeah,
They didn't do any of the Alien Rangers, and they didn't do it. They haven't done it so far in the Lightning Collection.
And they've done everything in between that because that was between Mighty Morphin and Zeo.
Yeah, because I want to get that because I want to put my Shogun Megazord with those 5 Rangers
Such
displayed.
a cool sword.
It's kind of disappointing they haven't done it yet. Once they do that, I can stop collecting Power Rangers. I could just walk away and just live my life. Until then, I just watch a shit. Watch a ship taking on water, I should say.
I'd like to
Yeah.
see. For me to finish, I think I want to get the Mezco ones. I would love if 3-0 did a Megazord, and
That'd be cool.
I
need 3-0 to do
more
the-
of those Wild Force
Yeah.
line.
It would be cool if 3-0 did the Zeo Rangers and the Ninjetti. Just because
they
look really cool.
They just haven't. We haven't seen that either. Good point. We haven't seen those during this con yet. So
Yeah, and I remember hearing about it, but I haven't seen anything.
Let's check in again with the chat here. So Vintage, he did say my channel is all podcast segments about vintage Kenner Star Wars. So if you're not a vintage Star Wars collecting nerd like me, it might be a little dry. Thanks for the shout out. No, I think that's learning about that stuff is awesome. That's obviously kind of a big reason why we have collectors and the things we have now for figures is because of that stuff. So I think that's interesting. David Jones says the Mark 43 is amazing. Articulation's unmatched. And then Niculio, thanks for joining. Lane, thanks for joining, but wish you were actually here. King Dingling. And then we got Caitlin and Sam. Thanks for joining, guys.
We got
good
we
to
got a
hear from you.
Caitlin. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, Caitlin Granby.
It's
She
not
said,
Jenner,
how can I
so-
play? Not... What? What'd you say, Eddie?
God.
it's not Jenner. So
Oh.
Real quick, Vintage was asking, is the Green Power Ranger supposed to be like an antagonist, or I guess I'm guessing he's referring to the TMNT stuff. It's actually a comic book. I haven't read it yet, so my guess is that he gets stolen somehow and gets brainwashed or something like that.
Well, in the Sentai, he was he was the brother of the Red Ranger, and he was evil.
Oh, really?
Until the very end, and then he died in the Sentai.
Oh,
And then of course the Power Rangers, it was like one of those he was a friend, and then he got turned
he's like
evil.
the lone The Lone
Yeah.
Ranger.
And then he joined at the very end, and they broke the spell. So he's like anything else. It's that like, it's a story been told 100 times. He's the bad guy.
Just
that
different universe and different.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. He's the bad guy that like lone wolf that joins the good side, and he sees the error of the situation, and it's the same.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess in Vintage Rebellion, he's a guy like me. He would understand it. The Green Rangers is almost like She-Ra. She-Ra was evil, and then she found the error of her ways. She found out her brother was He-Man, and then she turned to the good side, and then they had a whole 5 episodes in Toyline and all that other stuff.
Sure. Okay, so real quick, I'll go through. I actually had a really good or bad, however you want to look at it. If Amanda's watching, she'll say bad.
Wow.
Last couple weeks. But, so I got some TVC, talking about vintage collection. I know it's different than what I think you guys were talking about, but I got TVC stuff in. So I got the Purge Trooper from the video game. It's like the original one.
Nice.
And then we got, Bo-Katan. Oh, I already showed that one. But I got this Boba Fett. So this is from Empire Collectibles Toy Shop, something like that. Empire Toy Shop. By the way, it took them way too long to ship. They were in stock, and it took them like 2 weeks just to ship. So I don't know what was up with that. I had to email them. Yeah. No response, and then just like within an hour got a shipping notification. So I was like, that's weird.
Yeah, that's one of those they realize. Yeah, if you wouldn't have messaged them, you wouldn't have got it yet.
Right. But I got this Boba Fett. I know it's like sold out everywhere, but it was highly discounted, like for $9, if that, because it apparently has sloppy paint.
But the card back, that one you're buying that one for the card back, because it was the
I
ultimate
wasn't going to, but I might.
Card back.
I might
I'd
have
keep
to
it
keep
carded.
it on there.
I have another vintage collection Boba Fett if you need a loose one.
And then I got a Death Trooper, which I was excited about because I wanted the Rogue One version of it. So, yeah. So yeah, that's what I got for that, and this just came yesterday. This is kind of the highlight. Nice. This is the Pink Skull collection, the band. And
that's dope.
Holy shit.
Oh, that's the Mezco skulls.
Yes, this is so awesome. It's
Are you going to set it up with the stage, or?
They're like a rock band. I want to so bad. But there's like 3 levels of trays of shit in this thing. It's like absolutely loaded. I don't want to take too much time on it, but it's amazing. It's like very similar to you, Eddie, talking about how like you open it right away and you're kind of overwhelmed with everything. You don't know what to do with it, and you have to come back to it. And then so also, I know people are gonna make fun of me, but because I said I was done with G.I. Joe.
Don't tell me you bought a 6-inch G.I. Joe.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
I got 2 of them in. I really liked the idea of Spirit.
Oh, did it?
Because I like the detail that he has. You're on mute, Mark. I like the detail that they have on the guns and the weapons.
I was gonna say that was my favorite G.I. Joe growing up because it came with an eagle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that I don't blame you for that one.
And then Storm Shadow is the other one.
Yeah, Storm. He could suck it.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry. Whatever. I don't know how much, like, if I'll keep him. But the other big thing I got was
that's their 5th Storm Shadow, I think.
It's like their first original one though. Like.
Yeah. I should. I'm thinking more Snake Eyes. If I see another Snake Eyes, I'm gonna stab my own eyes out.
Yeah, and I think it is like the 3rd Storm Shadow, but they did the movie version and then like an Arctic Amazon exclusive one. But I got Monster Arts King Ghidorah, the special painted one that I got super discounted from GameStop. So that one was really really nice. I still have to check that one out. I'm excited for that one. If you guys remember, I got rid of the other one, wasn't impressed with the paint and just like how loose my wing was on it. But overall, I'm excited for this one. I want to check it out. And then I got some Jurassic Park figures. It really sounds like they're investing into the Hammond collection, which is kind of what I've been waiting for. So finally, I've been getting into that, and as everyone knows, I've been looking for the T-Rex. That's going to be one of the con items I'm going to look for that releases tomorrow, is that special version with eating the lawyer off the outhouse. I'm going to try and get that, the Mattel Hammond collection. I got the Hammond collection Baryonyx, Ian Malcolm, and Velociraptor, and then the pair of Solofists. And then I like those so much. I'm like, I should actually. I always talked about it. Never got an Amber collection thing, which is like discontinued. I don't know why. It was doomed to fail to begin with. A lot of people say that because it was 6-inch scale. And it's like, how are you gonna make a 6-inch scale like T-Rex and like all these other big dinosaurs? It'd be way too big. So that's why they discontinued that, and now they're investing everything into the Hammond collection.
They could have done a T-Rex. It wouldn't have been that big. They could have done a T-Rex. It wouldn't have been that big.
They could have, but it just would have been expensive, and yeah,
it would have been like $150.
Yeah, they like to
more,
keep things cheap there.
I think I have one of the Raptors still, man. You could have it if you want.
Which one? So I just got the Amber Collection Jurassic Park 3 Raptor. Fucking love this thing. This thing is awesome. Like, I don't know. It's so much fun, in my opinion. I still would like I don't mind the teeth, but I would still like them kind of weathered or repainted to do that with them. But yeah, these are awesome. That's really brings me back. I think I kind of subconsciously didn't want to get into them because I didn't want to get down the rabbit hole, but too late. Which one do you have, Eddie?
It's orange colored. I don't remember if that's from the first movie.
Is it the striped one?
Yeah, I think it does have stripes.
That's from the Lost World.
Oh, no, let me. Oh, okay.
The second one.
The thing is, the sculpts on the Amber collection are so good, but the paint apps are like they're like equal to like the original. I don't know if you have some of the original dinosaurs. They need to do a little bit better job with the.
They're hit or miss because some of the
smaller ones have really good paint apps. Some of the bigger dinosaurs, they kind of like take shortcuts.
They get sloppy. It's like It's like QC things, like splotches and stuff. So yeah, it's kind of all over the place. But
I guess it's the same thing with Star Wars or Marvel or anything at this point.
Agreed. Vintage collection. He just said Jurassic Park 3 is so underrated. Agreed.
Dude, agree.
Yeah, totally.
That one. Even if you don't like it, it's a short movie. It's not like you're trying to get through a 2.5 hour long movie that you hate. But yeah, I actually really like it.
I do too.
Dylan, real quick, Equan mentioned that Mezco still hasn't shipped out my Wolverine or Pink Skulls. I'll be calling them tomorrow. Any
call me, Equan. Give them shit.
Yeah, I would just I don't think they let you call them for whatever reason, but they are very responsive emailing. So yeah, definitely do that, and I bet you they ship it out fairly soon. They tell you they have 14 days from when you got charged, but they've been lacking on that. So if it's been past 14 days, definitely get in contact with them.
I mean, I'm totally against being a Karen when you go to like Walmart or like McDonald's, but when you're spending $100 on a 6-inch figure, you go ahead and you Karen girl. Wow. You go ahead and you go ahead and ask for the manager, Equan. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, if they're holding your money like that, then yeah, go find out. Like, you have every right to wonder where your money is sitting towards, so yeah, I'm just like, you can still do it even if it's under 14 days. I just know that they'll come back and say, we have 14 days if it's been under that. So Have You Nerd, thanks for joining. He joined in on the 3-0 love. We'll be covering the 3-0 accessory set here, but okay, so anyways, yeah, that's all caught up on me. I did get this G.I. Joe 2, which is just one of the troopers, but the box got destroyed. This is how it was shipped to me.
Dang.
Yeah, it got absolutely annihilated. So yeah, and as far as con stuff, I'm gonna try and get is that Mattel Hammond Collection T-Rex exclusive. I already missed out on the convention exclusives for Hasbro, the Black Series Boba Fett, and then that like in disguise version, and then the Dr. Mindbender. But I'm not too worried about it. So yeah, for small stuff, that's all I got. It was actually a big week for big couple weeks for like 6 scale stuff too. But we'll move on here and get into.
I did finally get my. Well, it's still at the shop. I got to go pick it up. But my Hot Toys Battle Damage Iron Man from Endgame. I finally got it in, so I have to go pick that up.
Yeah, I got Mark V Iron Man and.
Nice. It's crazy how quick that Mark V came out compared to the in-game Iron Man, where that like we've been waiting for that for so long.
Well, it was a reissue, so a
re-release.
Right. Yeah. But then I got the 3-0 Jamie Lannister. But anyways, so to kick it off into the show here, just a reminder, everyone, if you're tuning in, we have a giveaway. You have one last chance to engage in this week's giveaway, or in this giveaway for the trivia once we get there. So just stay tuned for that. That'll come around midway through the show. But first off, going into the news, starting off with, as always, Mezco. By the way, I hope I don't lose power. I shouldn't, but we have like a bad thunderstorm coming through here, so I don't know if it's like over or if something's gonna happen. But anyways, the first thing that is up for order right now, the Rumble Society Craig 13 Eradicator Hornet Edition. It's $112 and it's out now. Should be shipping out within like anywhere between now to 14 days. So just to kind of go over this guy, he is essentially a repaint, which, yes, of the Murder Hornets. It's a black Murder Hornet, essentially, and they just call him the Eradicator Hornet. There's a cool stop-motion video, I think like 1.5 minutes they did with him. So check that out if you're interested or in the story or anything like that with him. But he's got like the articulated vibro wings, they call them, the helmet from the Hornets, everything like that. But other than that, he's pretty much the same as the black Krieg, the black Spartan, I think it's called, which is the one I already have. So I was in no hurry to get this guy. I still haven't ordered him. I don't know if I will. I don't think I really need. But yeah, this one is pretty it's a cool idea, but I have enough Kriegs already, and I just wish that I'm starting to really get on board with. I really wish I could see Mezco's other types of releases by now. I won't cover this too in depth, but for their 5 points of articulation line, we have the Sin City, the Hard Goodbye Collector's Capsule. There's 3 different ones here, so it is Nancy Callahan. We have Marv, Death Row Marv, and then just Marv. So what comes in these collector capsules is the special edition capsules consists of 3 sets. Each set includes a hand silk screen art print poster on acid-free rag paper and paired with exclusive 5 points figure. Each set is sold separately. They are all $60 and then due anywhere from August to September of 2022. So if you're at all interested in that, feel free to grab them. And then some of the teases from Comic-Con we've been seeing, there's going to be a lot more. I didn't even think on their itinerary they even mentioned showing teases today, but they did on their social media. And one of them is it looks to be part of their Static 6 line, which is 6 scale statues. And it is Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, which, Eddie, you said you were pretty excited for this, weren't you?
Yeah, this is cool. I wish I went in on that Conan they did, the first one, because that turned out pretty well done from what I saw. Bill's review from Dorclair.
Yep.
So that looked really good. So I have high hopes for this. Yeah, because I really want some representation of Elvira. I had the NECA figure, but I sold it, and I'm hoping like maybe I'll stick with this. So looks
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, that does look really good. The one I know they're fairly new to the statue game, but the one thing I would have confidence in with their statues is going to be their paint. If I would be concerned about anything, just because, obviously being new to a statue, that's like a big thing is going to be the sculptings. But so far it looks fine. I don't know about you. I'm not like a statue aficionado, but
The things I noticed right away are seam lines.
oh yeah, because
And I noticed it on the Conan too, but on the Conan at least he had a lot of fabric stuff that would cover it up.
sure.
They're not horrible, but the seams on her shoulders really bug me. But I can overlook them being a affordable statue, so not
Right,
horrible, but that's what
and the
jumps
reason
out
they
at me.
the reason they typically do them too is because they want, because they usually have a lot of switch outs, right? A lot of times that's some of the biggest
Yeah,
reason.
or sometimes like it'll ship with the arms disconnected just because it's easier to ship it that way, or so that way the arms don't get damaged in shipping or something. So there's different reasons why they have them, but yeah.
That's true, but I know the reason I said that about like because like the Conan one that he had a lot of switch out parts and pieces.
Yeah, he did. He had a ton.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
But-
that's a good point. Like also for shipping. So,
but I mean, as far as bases go, that's really cool that they has that TV where it had the dial, where it's like the only channels you get was 3, 6, 10, and 27, because that's the kind of TV I watched this on. I mean, I know
Yeah.
you guys are a little bit
Oh, yeah.
younger,
Yeah.
but that was like literally the only channels you had. Like it was literally the dial went from 1 to 10 and then went to 27, but the only channels was 3, 6, 10, and 27. So I mean, this is kind of like it's nostalgic, but also I like that figure for like the figure. So it's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Did they name a price point for this? I
not
don't know
yet.
what this goes.
I would guess it's going to be in the 200 to 300s.
The
Yeah.
How much was the Conan? It was like 200.
I think it was 225, wasn't it?
Oh,
So
it
what's
could
it?
have been.
Is it like it's a PVC type thing then?
No, it's resin,
Really?
but it's
Wow.
6 scale, so it's smaller than most statues.
Yeah, but I mean, still, 2022. Fucking whenever you name price, I aim high, and I always get
Yeah.
kicked in the balls. So
So-
2 something. It's pretty good.
So outside of Elvira, we also got the Static 6 Red Pyramid thing, which we have seen, I think, teased. We saw the rendering for this before, but this is like the actual cast or painted item here, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is up soon, if not already up. And then for me, this was exciting. I thought this was fucking awesome. So this is Mezco's they're calling it their Kaiju Collective line. This is new. So they have their 5 points and smaller Godzilla line. This seems to be like their premium high-end Godzilla line. So this one is just the from Godzilla King of Monsters. So this thing is 8 inches tall, 14 inches long, has a seamless body, 24 points of articulation, movable jaw, and then supposed to be super accurate detail. So yeah, this one is really cool. I'm really excited about this line. If they start to expand on it, this could really give Monster Arts a run for their money and maybe even have me like them more. I know obviously I'm a Mezco fanboy, but at the same time I do like Monster Arts. I'm really picky and choosy on the ones I like on the Monster Art lines. Not all of them I'm a huge fan of, but for the most part most of them I've enjoyed. So I hope this does well and keeps growing. I'm interested in the price point if it's like a seamless body. But yeah, I thought that was a pretty big release. And then to really quick go to their itinerary. So day 1 and 2, which is today and the 22nd of July, They said they'll just have frequently infrequent updates from San Diego Comic-Con, and then July 23rd, there'll be a couple different like giveaways and things like that they'll do, and then they will start to do reveals at 1 and 2 p.m. Eastern time. And then from there, July 20, and then there's a couple different contests that you can enter there. And then July 24th, the reveals will begin. So they call it Cousin Eddie's Enigma for one of the things. Right away, I thought that was going to be them showcasing the Joker from the Batman, but I that's towards Cousin Eddie, which is one of their lines. But I would say I would be surprised if we don't see a tease of the Batman Riddler is what I meant, not Joker. Sorry, the Batman Riddler from the movie. Hopefully we see that tease because they did say they were going to make it. So reveals there on the 24th start at 1 and 2 p.m. Eastern again. Usually at the top of each hour they'll have a reveal. And so yeah, there will be just those couple days there. So hopefully we get a lot there to show. But other than that, I think we are good to... I think that's pretty much all we had as far as Mezco. I know that there's more like D Amazing. I know teased a bunch, and he I think. Oh, so these are all from Mezco's page. D Amazing had some more, but we'll cover them on the next show. So with Mofex, there's also some leaks. But we'll cover them once they release. So nothing new from Mofex since the last show here. But there will definitely be something on the next one. As far as Mcfarlane, we had quite a bit here. So we had the Scarecrow Infinite Frontier version. This one's $20, due out in September of this year. And this one's pretty cool looking. I'm not a big fan of the colors, but I know that, it might be accurate. But is this the same sculpt of that one that we said we liked?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it does look different. But I do like the design of it. I just don't like the colors, really.
The one you liked is from Arkham Knight, isn't it?
From Arkham,
Yeah.
From the video game, yeah. I was going to say
you're
the
right.
opposite, though. I do not like this one at all compared to the Arkham Knight version. I know it's more like comic book version, and for people who like it, that's cool. But for me, I don't like this one at all.
Yeah, I don't like the color of guacamole. So
What? Whack-a-mole?
guacamole or whatever.
Except that-
Avocados.
that's
Avocado,
the next show.
I should say. I don't like avocado
so-
colors.
Oh, damn it,
I don't like
Mark.
avocado toast either.
So the next one is we got Future State Worlds of War, Superman, also $20, due in August of this year. So it's kind of we saw the tease last show, I think, of this one, but it's like the gladiator kind of medieval Superman with an axe and shield and barely any clothes on. And then you guys were excited about this one. So we got Static Shock from the New 52, also $20, due in August of 2022. What do you Eddie, you said you'll probably check this thing out?
Yeah, I love Static Shock from back in the day from Cartoon Network. So, I have Cartoon Network figures on order. So this would cool on that shelf. It isn't that version of him. This is more of a comic version of him. But it would still be cool. Who knows if we'd ever get the actual cartoon. So this could represent that. I don't love the way his hair is on the figure. Like, I'd rather it look how it is in the picture there, where it's like all over. Because he Static Shock, so there should be static running through his hair, having it stand up like that. But
That's true.
it's still cool. It would have been cool to see like the glasses up with like lightning or something, or it would have been a little cooler. But it's still a cool representation to have.
It would be
Sure.
cool if Super 7 picked up a few DC stuff from Cartoon Network,
They're doing well, I guess like Ren and Stimpy don't count, right? Because they're more like
It's
they were
Cartoon
on Adult
Network,
Swim.
right? But
Yeah,
or
like
is it
ish.
Adult Swim?
So I'm hoping like that line goes into that. But yeah, Super
That'd be
7 is the the king when it comes to like cartoon and animated shit for me right now. So that would be dope.
Yeah. So, it is a cool looking character. I never watched this. I had no idea what this was. I'll be honest. But
Basically, like a teenager
Electro.
that's a superhero as well, like living his teenage life, but also a superhero on the side, kind of thing.
okay, classic.
It's a waste of time, is what it is.
Wow,
Jesus.
you hate to see it.
Damn you, Todd.
My favorite thing is when Mark is on. He's like, I am not a negative guy. That's how like he'll lead it off, and then he proceeds to like bitch
Shit.
and be super negative for like the next 2 hours.
Literally, all these lines, the whole Todd is killing this line with 5,000 different Batman nobody ever heard of, and then it's like this. Oh, I remember this character, but it's like, well, who the hell is playing this character? It's like, oh, okay, it's. You know,
is crazy,
my
though.
third grade. It's like, oh, my third grade freaking substitute. Like, who the hell is this? Like, what the hell?
It is crazy though how much he's putting out. I mean, he just had his own little Mcfarlane con type
Dude.
thing, you know, and then the very next week he drops all of this shit, you know.
You're gonna see some good ones right now.
Yeah,
Mark.
he's
He
had a
did some
couple
good
cool
ones.
things. Like he's bringing up his dragon line. I don't know if you guys have that. In
Yeah, the dragon
list.
line.
I'm pretty excited about this, but nobody wants this. Who's buying this?
I don't anymore.
None of you. Nobody in this chat's buying this.
I
Nobody
did.
in the chat is buying
Not
this.
it, not it, not it.
I did
Not
want
it.
this,
I
but
mean, let's be honest here. Let's not lie
Mark
to
just
ourselves.
crushed my dreams. So I don't think.
Who the fuck would want this?
Eddie, if you buy this, Eddie, I'll pay for half this figure. If you actually want this, if you want this trash,
Well, now I'm buying it.
You know what I really hate, Mark?
go ahead, tell me.
No, I'm just saying if you're gonna pay half, I mean, let me know.
Yeah. Well, make sure you keep it in the $25 range. I hate Happy Meals. I got you, buddy.
All right,
That's
so
funny,
let's check in with the chat real quick. Lane, so Vintage said, yeah, that was a mid '80s design for Godzilla. Love the face in that era. Vintage said, talk about impractical armor. Lane said, about to unbox my J&D Catwoman and hope neck isn't broken. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, Ekwan said Eddie means more Rumble Society stuff. Yeah, that's kind of, excuse me, what I figured. Nukulio said weird colors. And then about the Scarecrow, said it's a dope base with different colors with the Scarecrow. Hopefully a variant coming, if not a little customization. Want a static, but this figure is ugly. I need it. But ugly. But yeah, okay. So then moving on here, we also had the Deathstroke from Rebirth line. Also $20, August of 2022. This guy's supposed to have more than a knife and a sword, but we'll take it for now.
But they've
I
done
don't
better
mind this,
Deathstroke
but-
than this, though.
What?
Haven't they done better Deathstroke than this? Or maybe I'm thinking of something else.
Well, the Arkham one I like a lot more.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
But I like almost all the designs from those Arkham games. Super satisfying looks, in my opinion. I do like how he looks on the art here. I'm not a huge fan of this look overall of Deathstroke, in my opinion. But it's just not my cup of tea, I guess. I do understand people that like it. It's a little bit more classic, kind of, since it's Rebirth, but it's not exactly what I'm shooting for. And then we also got the gold label Ocean Master for $20, 2022. So this is also DC Rebirth, but this guy looks really close to the movie version, more so than I thought for Ocean Master. But I know it's different, but they kept him pretty close in Aquaman, the movie. And then, so from there, so yeah, this guy's gold label, just FYI. And then we also, this one was a huge one. I will probably be getting this. So this is the Bane Mega figure. $41.99 and due out in September of this year. This one just says like DC Comics, DC Multiverse Bane. And I think he like mentioned that a lot of people have been asking for it. So this has been a really sought after figure. I'm probably going to get this to scale with a lot of my like Mezco Batmans and Mafex ones that I have, so I think that'll be a lot of fun. This is definitely a much needed figure, and I don't mind getting a cheaper version of this, like Mcfarlane, rather than paying probably what would cost $150 to $200 from Mezco for a proper Bane. Yes, it would be cool to see a high-end, smaller Bane, but at the same time, I'm happy with this. It's nice we have another option outside of that Storm Collectibles one that's been sold out for a while,
Yeah.
but yeah.
It's really nice.
Yeah,
This is sick.
He looks really
It looks
good.
like the movie one almost to me. Well, it doesn't look like the movie one, but in my mind's eye, like it could work as that. So it looks really good.
You can use this guy for so many different Banes. Like this is very close to like the video game. This is close to Nightfall. Oh, it does say it. Yeah, in the picture from Bane, Batman Nightfall. So it could come from Nightfall.
First thing I
any of
thought
those
about
ones.
was him breaking
Batman's back. Yeah.
That's first thing.
That's
when
the-
everybody, this is.
that's
I
the
think a lot of
storyline.
people when they think of Bane, this is what they think of.
Right.
Yep.
So it's a great looking figure for sure.
Yeah. So I'll be getting this one. What are you? Any of you guys gonna pick him up or no?
I'm already really thinking about getting the Scarecrow from Arkham Knights. So if
Nice.
I get this one, it'd have to be like, you know what, F it. You know, just find it at a Target or somewhere like that and have nothing else to get.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think this is his first solo Bane because I have the Build-A-Figure
Yep.
Bane,
It is.
which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And this one I really like. So yeah,
He's-
I'll be picking it up as long as I don't have to chase it too far.
Right. Like I said, he said a lot of people were asking for this, so I'm glad that he did it, and I hope it sells well now. So then moving on here, we have the Blackest Night DC Multiverse Necron Mega Action figure. I don't know anything about this, but it's $42, also due in September of 2022. I don't know anything about this from the Blackest Night or anything, but super cool looking in my opinion overall. I think this is a really awesome looking figure. Kind of haunting, but this looks good with his scythe and everything. I think Foosh said it, where he said this is like what McFarlane does best, is shit like this.
Yeah, it looks like a
Dejan,
Spawn.
thanks for
It looks
joining.
like it looks like a Spawn figure more than it looks like a Batman
Right.
figure.
I thought it
think
looked
it's
like the
definitely
Mummy.
this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of like that too.
It's totally different.
And then so this actually got our small talk chat kind of going a little bit. So this is Talon from Batman Court of Owls storyline.
New 52.
So
No.
this what's that?
It was it's the Court of Owls, but from the New 52 Batman series.
Oh yeah, sure. Thanks there, Sean. So this guy is $20 and then due in September of 2022. This got us going because I know Brenton and I were talking how cool it would be if companies start getting into Court of Owls storyline. That's like gotta be easily a top 5 to a top 10 Batman storyline. So I know a lot of people really like, especially like hardcore Batman fans seem to really like that storyline. So I'm glad that they are doing this, and I hope they expand on it. Maybe not just McFarlane, but other groups too. But this is what's cool about McFarlane is you'll get a lot of these different lines, right? That's one thing you got. Like Mark was saying, you got to give him credit for making all this shit. So. And then kind of flying through here, we also had from Dark Knight's Death Metal Batricitus. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But it's like a Batman Red Lantern kind of looking guy.
Cool.
So, yeah, cool looking guy. I had known nothing about this, obviously, since I wasn't even sure if I pronounced him right. But then we also got Superman Speeding Bullets, Batman from Speeding Bullets. So this guy is also $20 August of 2022. And he's like a light blue, no cowl or anything like that, with kind of gray and yellow to his suit as well. but pretty good looking there. And then some showcase teases we got from Mcfarlane. And I think we can credit Toy Arc for these stills, right, Sean? Because I think it was from the video.
Yes, thank you,
Okay.
Toy Arc.
So this one was DC Power Superpower line with Batman, Superman. We got a Jesus Christ, no, I'm blanking on his name for whatever reason. I shouldn't be. Darkseid. Sorry. Thanks, guys. As Zach says, I was drowning. And then we got like a bat, not a bat plane, something like that. For them as well, Superman Supermobile, which why the fuck does
Yeah, it was always so
Superman-
funny in the comic. It's like he's flying a plane and he can fly. It's so
why does that
stupid.
exist? He can literally
Conserving
travel the
energy.
speed of sound, and he's got a supermobile. Anyways, and then Nightmare Spawn. A lot of people were excited about this one. This guy looks pretty awesome. So this will be cool to see what he can do here with these, and we'll have more to cover from those ones. Give me a second. Thought I had to sneeze. Okay, we're good. So Sith Scale Separatist. Jesus, that's a tongue twister. These superpowers look great, he said. Thanks for joining, by the way. Have you nerds said Bane is fire? A lot of the chat really seems high on Bane. Yeah, that's a good one. He said I'm buying Static like Eddie said for representation of character, but it's pretty bad. Static was Miles Morales before Miles Morales. Oh,
That is
okay.
true. That is a good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's a good way to put
Totally.
it. Yeah.
So, and then let's see. Necron is a badass Black Lantern. Okay, that makes sense. Thanks, Sis Scale.
Separatist.
Greg Capullo, best artist. Talon is a great figure. Scott Snyder, greatest Batman writer in our era. Yeah, a lot of people say that. Okay, so for Super 7, we don't have a ton yet outside of this Hook Mountain Ice Lion-O for $55. And it's a Super 7 store exclusive as of 7/18. And so it's like a bluish tinted version of Lion-O.
Yeah, I was wondering how they're going to keep the Thundercats line alive. They're just going to start doing variants, I guess.
Yeah, is it easy to like run out of? I don't know anything about
Yeah,
them.
Thundercats, there wasn't that many main characters, so the line's pretty much done. So
Okay.
this is about it. So I don't
mean-
I don't know what else. I thought they were done. So it's it's like anything else. I mean, if you're collecting a line, you might as well do one more. But
Sure.
this is one of those good because this is an exclusive, right? It's a good
Yep.
exclusive because it's from a specific episode
True.
Right.
of the TV show. So if you're a fan, you don't have to have it. You don't have to chase it. So this is what I think of when I think of exclusive. I think of shit like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
Yep.
agree.
So it's good for exclusive people, but at the same time, I'm glad to pass on it.
Yeah. Cram said superhero Static Shock. Whoop whoop. There's a lot of people interested in that shit, Eddie. You're not alone with that.
Yeah.
Just tell
dope,
Mark
man.
to kick rocks with his take on it.
Look, Mark is of a different age group. I don't blame
He
him.
is. He's just of a different breed. Period. I'm just kidding. We love you, Mark.
Wow.
Going into some teases that we have seen from Super 7 again, as you can see with the watermark here, credit Toy Arc for these, but we got the 3D protos, or the just gray unpainted protos of Wave 3 from The Simpsons that we just covered last show, and then here's some pictures of Lion-O. Then we got some G.I. Joe stuff from their line there. I did not realize that Supreme Commander Cobra had the soft goods cape. It looks kind of pink in that, which I don't think that's right, is it, Mark?
No, it shouldn't be pink.
It might-
It's a bright color. It's like a bright red color.
Oh, okay. It
So
might
I
it might just
don't-
be lighting.
It might be. Yeah, it might just be the lighting.
Yeah,
But it should.
but I didn't realize that was soft goods. So that's really cool, actually.
Yeah.
I also didn't know this until I think it was Dorkler. They were talking about the hooded Cobra Commander version, which is the one I've always liked. Like I had toys of that one when I was a kid, but I didn't realize that one has too many close resemblances to a particular group that isn't good, to where I think Hasbro has had to pretty much axe that look for him.
Really quick, shout out Tobor. He's one of the guys I went to Frankensons with this weekend. Very cool guy. I met him at Celebration, and he's a dope guy. He's Keith on Facebook if you guys ever see him, but he's an old school collector and really nice guy. So thanks for checking us out, Tobor.
Yeah. Good to have you. Cis scale. I keep wanting to call him 6 scale separatist. He said Super 7 really shines with packaging. Yeah, no shit. This does look really good. And then, so here we also got the Godzilla showcases on this. We got like the Mecha Godzilla, then the Burning Godzilla, and then Biollante. So a lot of good stuff there. I'm sure there'll be more to come. I'm sure we missed stuff. But like I said, we kind of had to cut fat in this show as much as we could and try and be as general as humanly possible. I know Lane has gotten mad at us for missing news sometimes, but it's really hard to really cover everything you want. I'll be honest.
Yeah, there's a lot of it. So
yeah, Tobor said, "Was that dope or dopey?" He said dope. He said dope. We love you, Tobor. Yeah. Okay, so Sean, I'll pass it off to you for figure arts.
Yeah, so we just got a couple of things for figure arts this time. There's just a small update on the Venom from Let There Be Carnage. They will start having more details on the availability on this figure by July 27th. But we saw it last show in person through their con, and it looked really cool. And just these pictures right here too, they made it look really nice. So if it's able to do this kind of stuff, and I'm pretty sure this is the same pose they had at their con, I think it's going to be a really cool figure. I wouldn't mind picking it up just to kind of see what's going on. Dylan, did you say you were going to get this?
Oh yeah, in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I definitely don't like I said this before in the tease that we saw, where I don't like the diaper like hip area.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm getting this. I don't care. This is pretty awesome looking.
The next thing we got is the SH Figure Arts Tullius P Bandai exclusive from Dragon Ball, $70, due out February 2023. And then the pre-orders are opened up on the 14th. So you got some time still, but it is a P Bandai exclusive, so that is our P Bandai outlet. So you might want to move on it quick if you're a Dragon Ball fan and you really like it. Know nothing about this character at all, but has the black shield with the white cape on him. Has some kind of fruit looking thing that he's eating. If you're Dragon Ball fans, please let us know what it is.
It's Goku's dad.
No, that's Bardock. This is a different character.
Duh. Fucking idiot.
This is from a specific movie. It's been a while for me. So if it's $70 P Bandai, that means that you're going to spend $100 in the United States, right?
Well, this is our...
Not if
it's
pricey. If it's US P Bandai, then you're usually fine.
Okay.
It would be the 70 plus the tax.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was over 100 on Big Bad, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. Big Bad used to be the place to go for free shipping, but they literally they rolled that shipping price into...
Yeah, they have lately,
price.
yeah. Definitely.
Especially with exclusives, because if they're exclusives, then that means Big Bad is buying them at cost. So then that's where the markup comes, because they got to make some.
Yeah.
They got to make.
Well, and then they're hoping
money
you get this. They're hoping you get this and something else too, in that case.
Yeah.
But comes with several different accessories and about, I think it's 4 faceplates, and then we just got some SDCC reveals. If you want to scroll on through.
Mafia said it was
Yeah,
It's
go ahead.
from the movie Tree of Might.
That's what it was. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks,
'Cause that's-
Mafia. All right.
So we got the Squid Game figures, which
Oh,
I
he's
bel-
sorry.
Yeah, go
Fat
ahead.
Thai Kid said that he's Goku's older brother.
Oh, okay.
Ah, okay. Well, that's kind of
Wait,
cool.
so
There are-
then Fat Thai Kid is he older than Raditz? Like, is he the oldest brother? Or just comment, let me know.
Okay. So we'll move on here for now until we get an answer there.
So we got the SDCC Squid Game figures, which I believe we saw already.
Yeah,
got the doll.
Sorry, real quick, I just wanted to interrupt to tell everyone these are up for pre-order now. Like, you can find them on Entertainment Earth. I would guess Big Bad, but Squid Game Frontman is up for $77.99, due in February of 2023. And then the Masked Soldier is $71.99, due out in January of 2023. So just to kind of let everyone know there that they are actually up. I just wanted to kind of real quick point that out. So, sorry, go ahead, Sean.
No, you're good. The next one we have is the SH Monster Arts. If you'll, thank you. It,
yes, these look
from
good.
King Kong and Godzilla. You got the Mecha Godzilla, and then King Kong swinging his big axe there. I watched I watched this movie and I really enjoyed it. I know a lot of people didn't like the Mecha Godzilla from what I heard on just like social media and stuff, but I thought it was a cool take on him, especially since it was supposed to be, I guess, more futuristic, maybe more our time or so, or a little bit forward. So I really enjoyed it. So when we first covered this, I thought it was really cool. I don't know if I'll get it, but I still really like the Mecha Godzilla. I think a little bit better than some of the other characters.
So
Dylan, oh, go ahead.
Yeah, there is an exclusive King Kong coming, but I think right now it's an SDC exclusive. I don't think it's been put up for pre-order anywhere yet. But there's a little bit of paint differences, I think. But other than that, I haven't seen the biggest differences between them. I also wanted to let you guys know, also from Squid Game, the Tamashi Lab Young Hee doll, the one that like it plays the first game from Squid Games. She is up for pre-order as well for $114.99, due out in March of 2023. And then of course the Squid Game masked worker manager, so like the circle mask. That's also up. So there's 4 action figures from Squid Game, and those are the first 4, I think, action figures from that movie we have from anywhere. So just kind of pretty cool there. I know a lot of people really like that show, so I feel like that was pretty newsworthy. But yeah, the Mecha Godzilla, I still haven't ordered them, but I'm starting to be able to find a lot of sales on him. So I'm going to kind of wait it out and see if I can't snag him for a really good deal like I did with King Ghidorah. So I'm going to try and wait until I can get a good deal, because I think he has die cast in him a little, or maybe not. But he is more expensive. He's like $150, $130 at a lot of places, but on sale you can get them quite a bit cheaper. But yeah, we'll see there.
This Godzilla I wasn't really sure about. I just saw the picture of it, so I thought it looked cool. Dylan, do you have any insight on this one?
No, I have no idea. That's a really high def picture though, and like how detailed the teeth are there. That must
Chat,
be
let us
big.
know if you know. I believe it was last show we went over. This was the Boba Fett, like the Shogun version, the Gamorrean Guard, and then it has the big like throne and house and stuff like that. I forget what it's called. I'm sorry, guys, but I mean, if this thing is sold, or if the little palace is sold with it or as an accessory, I think this could be a really cool display piece. I mean, I'm not going to get my hopes up on it, but I thought it was really cool when we covered it. And I think it looks really a lot more cool in person. What do you guys think?
Overall, I think this is one of the cooler lines that I don't collect. But yeah, it is pretty cool. So Badfish said that was a paper mache Godzilla. That's what
What an idiot. No, I'm just kidding. That's funny, dude.
Oh, I thought you were laughing from your phone or something.
No, I was laughing. He was like, I don't know what figure this is. It's paper mache, you dumb.
Hey, it was at the con, man. So, last couple things we got are just some real pictures of the was it Mech Strike?
Yeah.
Avengers. So we got the cap. The next one.
No, this is the Tech-On one.
The
Yeah,
Tech
this is
On. Thank
Tech-On.
you. Yeah, Tech On. The Tech On cap. Wolverine.
This is Venom Wolverine.
Venom Wolverine
or something.
We got Black Panther, and then the last one is the Iron Man, which I actually saw at my comic book store, and I was very close to picking it up just because it was there, and I know we've been talking about it for a while. So
Yeah, these are.
Damn, that Iron Man is
a
on
cool
sale
line.
somewhere, Sean.
yeah, I know. I'm not
Is
getting
it
it from them.
Sideshow or it's on sale somewhere, man. So I don't know if you really want it, pick it up.
No,
on
it was
sale.
just kind of there, and I was like, maybe I can spend my credit on that. But I was like, maybe not.
Yeah, it's better just skip. Don't need a line to jump into.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, I think they're really cool looking figures, but I have no ambition to
Go back
get
to
them
the
or
Black
collect
Panther.
them.
I don't know if I've seen the Black Panther yet. That one kind of looks like a Digimon. It kind of looks like War Greymon with those hands.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it does.
No.
I know exactly what you're talking about. If like name wise, I never would have been able to guess whatever you just said,
Yeah.
but I definitely know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's cool.
So okay,
Dope.
moving on to NECA here. This was actually pretty big news in my opinion. So we had a couple new releases. This is the really the main one we'll cover. So this is the Universal Monsters Ultimates line Dracula from Transylvania. $34.99, anywhere between that and $40. Due November of 2022. This looks absolutely like a home run in my opinion. I'm a positive collector, but I don't say that a ton. I don't see really anything wrong with this figure for what it is. I think this looks great. Typically, NECA doesn't do soft goods real well at all, but this cape looks fine. It looks really thin and still cheap, but it drapes fine, and that's all you need with this guy, right? Like, this picture looks almost flawless in my opinion. Overall, really good. I think when they knock like one of the last ones out of the line, out of the park like this, it makes a lot of people want to go back and get the other figures. So Sean, I think by you like following this line along the way,
Yep.
it's gonna pay off for you.
You know, and the crazy thing is, you know, I like movies, but I've never been into like vintage movies such as these, but they just kind of caught my attention and they look really great. I guess my only question is if they're gonna do a black and white version of those, because that's the side of the line I want to collect. I have a friend who works at my comic book store in the toy section. He's the toy manager, who's really into all the movie stuff, and I've been getting all my information from him as far as this stuff goes. But it's not going to be the last one, man. You're about to see a couple extra things from him. So
Gotcha. Well, yeah. Either way, it is well done, and I know it like rounds out kind of the main group of them. I know that. Yeah, there is a couple more in the Universal Monsters now that I think about it, but like this is like the main. They've done some of the main ones here. So he comes with like a bat, candle plate with 2 like chalices, and then a bottle of, excuse me, I don't know, wine or
blood.
Yeah, some whatever he fills the chalices with. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, he comes with quite a bit. Not the coffin though, but I'm guessing they'll do
That'll be their accessory pack.
Yeah, they'll do an
For sure.
accessory pack there. So I feel like I was gonna say this. Yes, we complain about accessory packs and like the prices of them, and I'm just not doing it all in one figure. But at the same time, I think when the way this line has done, it does seem like that pays off. You know, even though they nickel and dime you, it's not like they nickel and dime you and then go half-ass on this figure. They nickel and dime you and then knock the next figure out of the park, which it almost may in a if so like a kind of a backwards way, makes you feel like your investment's paying off, right, to a certain extent. When they do keep doing well on lines like this and they don't really take off from them. But overall, this has got to be one of the better lines of, I don't want to say the year because it's been going on for probably about 2 years now.
Well, we got the first, I think it was the Frankenstein, maybe November,
year.
December.
Yeah.
Then we got the Mummy, right?
And then we got the Mummy, and then it was Wolfman.
And then Invisible
and
Man.
we'll get Invisible Man coming out soon. We'll have this coming out soon. And I completely agree, Dylan. I think the difference is when it comes to doing accessory packs and figures separately or together. If it's separate, I just think that these figures need to be done great. And I think every single one that they've done so far has been really good. I'm sure someone who's really into the Universal Monsters can find a nitpick here or there. But from someone on the outside who's not watched them and just kind of became a fan of them, I think all of these look really great. And I think that's the difference between having someone just do an accessory pack to make more money. I think it was a good idea to sell these separately because they were so good and be like, oh, well, here's the accessory pack, and we're going to see here pretty soon, you're getting a lot for your money on these accessory packs. You're not just getting one or two pieces. You're on mute.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, they've executed this entire line well. Made you feel like everything had paid off. Bob Dylan said, "Oh darn, I missed the Turtles talk. He looks sick." Maybe not quite yet. So we'll get into some SDCC. Oh, also real quick, I did want to say we don't have pictures up because I think it was earlier today they went up, so we struggled with keeping up. But the Predator 2 Ultimate Elder has been released, and then the Snake also from Predator 2. So those two are up for pre-order, due in November of this year. Both anywhere from $35 to $42. You can find them really anywhere. So just to let everyone know there, that's also a new Ultimates line that just got put up by NECA. But to get into some of their new stuff here, we have the Mummy with his
pack.
Yep, sarcophagus coffin. We have the accessory packs with showing off the black and white stuff that you like, Sean. So it looks really good. Doc Smizzle says I need to place my order for Purunga. That thing looks sick. Oh, they're talking about Turtles from Tree of Might Figure Arts. Oh, Turtles. Yeah, sorry. I read it as Turtles. Yeah, we just covered that, Bob Dylan. Sorry. Yeah, and then they showed off Invisible Man again, which we just had covered last show. And then Swamp Thing. Hell yes, right? That's what this one is, Swamp Thing?
Or is it?
That's what it's called? Or Swamp
No, this is the creature from the
Black Lagoon.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
creature from Black Lagoon.
Yeah, creature from Black Lagoon. That's awesome. This thing looks good, too, in my opinion. What do you guys think?
I think it looks great. Again, they really worked on it.
I love how with the scales, it hides his
Yeah,
joints.
that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
It lends well to the NECA figure. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, NECA does the monsters really well. I'm
Yeah.
wondering whether they're going to do this one in black or white, because this is one of those actually I think I watched in color.
Right.
Because the vampire one that's from like 1930s, right? That one I've only ever seen, I think, in black and white. So
Yeah.
to me, in my mind, I want to see it how like I vision it in my mind.
Well, and even like Invisible Man, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't that in color?
Yeah, that was one of those. It was both.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
It was
Okay.
yeah. They colored it afterwards. It was filmed black and white, and they colored it in. So I've seen it both ways. You know what I mean? You know, back in the day when Walmart had like 100, videos on one DVD kind of thing. So like in my mind, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Certain variants
Yep.
seem more to you. This is one of those. It's on the cusp, but I actually like the way it's colored. It's perfect for me. But the vampire, I'd want black and white. Just like the mummy, I want black and white. Frankenstein, want black and white. But the creature from the Black Lagoon, I love this. I actually really like this paint job.
Vintage did say that Black Lagoon was black and white for the first one at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Vintage.
King Kong too. Like King Kong right away was black and white, and I think they eventually colored it in.
Yeah.
But okay, so yeah, and you can kind of see on the sign here it says Q1 of 2023. I don't know if that's when it'll go up for solicitation. I doubt it. I bet you that's a release date
Release,
for
yeah.
the creature. And then we got Creep Show. And then there's some more pictures of Dracula. And then we got some more Thing stuff. This is awesome. I fucking love this movie, The Thing.
Yeah, I used to think it was so underrated, but whenever you talk to fans like of these kind of movies, it's not underrated. They appreciate it just like anybody else appreciates
Yeah,
it. So it's cool to see
it's
all this stuff.
It's a cult following because I think it's one of those movies that wasn't huge when it was first
Yeah,
released.
it didn't make any money coming out. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I love the practical effects. They're doing, it looks like they got some monster figures coming along. It's a movie where it's really hard to have fun with the action figures of those things. So I think I said in the Patreon chat today to where I would love like a high-end like statue line of these, to where I think like if it's done well, that could be the way to go for the Thing stuff. But either these still look good. It's just if you're getting an action figure, it's kind of pointless with some of this stuff because it's
but you know it almost works with NECA because NECA's one of those you're not doing all kinds of poses and taking photos. NECA's
Right.
almost like a articulated statue, and it's the
Yeah.
only company. It's the best company for stuff like this. But like you said, in general, for if you want like the thing, it would be cool if a statue company picked it up and did something, because it's hard to have that scale of you know what I mean because there's so few things. It's the same thing with aliens, as cool as it is to have those. Face suckers and everything like that. It works best in statue form. So, I'm sorry. I'll stop.
Sorry, I was sneezing there.
It's cool.
Yeah. Either way, yeah, these look good. If they come out like this, the regular dog face looks good, but I don't know why you'd ever display it with that, anyways. So yeah,
You have a husky.
Sean, you and Eddie have seen this movie, right?
I have not.
I have
What?
not.
Oh my god.
Holy shit, that needs to be a
Brutal.
yeah, not to copy
Kills
the CW weekly show, but we got to have a fucking like watch party or movie of the week and just have you guys watch this movie.
Yeah, you guys would love it.
It's something you can watch
It
with a
hol-
significant other. Amanda actually liked the movie. She was impressed for it being like an 80s film.
Yeah, it holds up. The hookiness, the story still holds up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
As far as some of the practical effects type stuff.
Yeah.
And then
I
it's
think-
also it's got a little bit of that like nostalgic taste to it. You know what I mean? It's got that little bit of
Right.
the 80s taste to it. It's perfect. It's a good rewatch.
Yeah.
Or first
Yeah,
watch.
I think I really like the movie. I think it's one of the better kind of movies of that kind of scary genre. But yeah,
Bro.
so then what's that?
This is fucking amazing. I
This
didn't
is
see. I haven't seen this.
The Munsters, right?
Yeah, dude, I'm all in on
Frankenstein.
this line. 100%.
Really?
So
Yep.
so far they only announced Herman, but they are doing another line, like a smaller line. You see in the background right there, on the right hand side. They are doing the whole family there.
Yeah, I saw those the other
this
day
is
with
another
the
one
big
of those
heads.
like real quick with we talking about the colored versus not colored. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I would
would be totally
want
fine to
this
have
in
them in
black and
black and
white
white.
more.
Yeah.
And it's perfect.
should be.
You know they're doing it in black and white too.
Yeah.
You know they're doing it, so it's like part
Mark,
of me
if
is
they
like,
don't,
okay,
I'm gonna be looking for you, man. If they don't do it,
yeah, but I'll buy Herman Munster either way because he's
Yeah,
my
I'm
guy.
buying all of these.
yep. What was it?
It's
TV
a
Land.
Whole
TV Land
line
was
thing
where.
for me.
Yeah, TV Land
And Zombo
still
too.
plays it. Yeah,
They got Zombo back there, which is
but
it's like a show that Eddie Munster watched.
Yeah.
It's like his favorite TV show.
But I don't know if any of you got where I lived in. Fox showed it at 11:30, so I used to watch it at 11:30 at night when I was younger. So I used to stay up. It used to come on after I'd watch Conan and then turn this on. This was early 90s type stuff. I used to really love the Munsters. And it still
This is
comes
amazing.
it's still on yeah. It's still on what's that channel you guys were just saying?
TV Land.
TV Land? Yeah, it's a good channel.
Okay, so let's check in with the chat here real quick. So, yeah, Vintage, he confirmed Black Lagoon is black and white for the first one at least. That creature from the Creep Show used a real human skeleton in the film. That's wild,
that's true.
actually. Did
Yeah.
not know that. Tobor said the movie was filmed at Cypress Gardens in Florida because the water was so clear. That's why the location was chosen. Did not know that. Toy Mafia with the zinger. No, Dylan, you play with your thing.
Wow.
Ba-dum-psh.
We all do.
Sometimes.
Yeah, and then
That's why we
Vintage
call it
said-
small talk.
Jeez,
Nice.
man.
Nice.
God damn it.
Vintage said, I watched it again recently. Holds up beautifully. 40 years old last month. Yeah,
Amen.
it does. The practical effects just last, man. They do.
Yeah. It's Aliens
Um,
level practical effects it holds up. It's
Tobor says the 1951 version, The Thing from Another World, for me is a lot better than this. Interesting. I didn't know that even existed, I'll be honest. Okay, so moving on here. Here they also showcase what they have for their Ultimate Predator line so far. Looks really good. They also have some aliens in the background. They got like the base, it looks like Burster alien from the video game, the Aliens Fire Team. A running alien, and then the other ones, I know we covered them, but is it like Cougar and Panther? Something like that? Oh, shit. But yeah. So, Sean, you got some trivia stuff to drop, some trivia information to drop on us, right?
Yeah, so we're gonna start doing this leaderboard here, so we keep track live. We got Toy Mafia with 3, Vintage with 2, Lane with 2, Fat Thai Kid 1, and Joey with 1. This next trivia is your last chance to rack up any points that you can get. We are going to be doing a giveaway at the end of the show. So get ready, because this question is going to be a little bit more difficult than the rest. There are no ABCD answers on this one. Go ahead and scroll through for me.
All right. So, did you say there's a bonus one?
There will be a bonus question after the first one.
Okay. And then, yeah, we'll do the kind of giveaway with a random number generator like we've done in the past. Sean, do you want to do the random number thing, or do you want me to do that and share my screen like what we had done before?
I'd appreciate it if you would get it started for us.
Yes, I will do that as you take care of this. So this is your guys', for everyone tuning in, this is your last chance to enter this giveaway here. And yeah, however many points people have, that's the amount of entries they have in this giveaway. So you ready, Sean? You ready,
Let's
chat,
go.
everyone?
This small talk trivia is what is the name of this toy? Oh my god, I need to learn how to write a sentence. What is the name of this toy? There is no ABCD answer for this. You need to put it in the chat.
Damn, that is a hard one.
That's what she said.
Anybody? Dylan, you have any idea what it is?
No clue.
I know what it is.
Okay,
Don't
hang
say.
on there, Mark. Hang on.
I
I
I'm
know
not gonna
what it
say it.
is, but I don't know the name of it. Like I remember it.
I know those
Sorry, I had
buttons.
to go back.
I'm gonna give you a little bit to try to figure it out, guys. I see some.
Oh, Doc
Some
Smizzle said
people-
something. Is that
Yep.
correct?
Did he say it?
Let's
see. Not in the
see.
chat. Hold on.
Nobody has
it is in
correct
Home Alone.
yet.
Oh no, he's close. Doc
Okay.
McSmizzles, he's close.
What about Badfish?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Badfish has got it.
Badfish got it right here. Talk Boy. It is a
Talk
Talk
Boy.
Boy. Go on to the next slide.
That's it, baby. Oh, nice.
So the crazy thing about this is that for the movie it was based on, some people are already kind of talking about it. It was actually just a movie prop. And then they realized how good it was the day it dropped. The movie dropped. They also dropped this toy. So it was a pretty cool thing that they did last minute. But Badfish with the one entry, that was his one entry from this time, so he got on the board with this.
Okay, so there's 10 total entries in, right, Sean? 10 total points.
As of right now, yes.
Okay. So give me 1 second here.
Hold on, we're not done yet. Go on to the next
Oh.
one.
Oh,
I was gonna say the Talk Boy didn't work like the one in the movie.
No, it did not.
It was a piece of. It was a real piece of shit. I'm not gonna lie. It's one of the toys I actually had.
Doc Sizzle and Anakin voice. I hate you.
Okay. Oh, here's the
bonus question. So this is the last chance you have. So we'll have 11, Dylan. This is the last chance you have to get any points. What movie made this toy famous? And
You
it
guys
looks
are
like
gonna
our
have to
first.
watch it.
It looks like our first entry is from Chris V. Home Alone 2. Home Alone 2
Nice
was
job.
the movie,
Yeah,
so
needed those AA batteries.
they needed those AA batteries for sure, man. Dylan, go to the next slide for me, please.
That's also
So
what she
there we
said.
go. So
That's
Chris
awesome.
V also has one entry.
Okay, so we are going to. I'm just assigning numbers. So Chris, we got Badfish 1, Chris V 2, and then I'm going to do Toy Mafia is going to be at this point now 3 through 6,
Okay, I was gonna ask how that worked out.
or 3 through 5. Sorry, and then Vintage Rebellion is going to be 6 and 7. And then Lane is going to be 8 and 9. Fat Thai Kid, still love that name, is
I
going
love
to
that
be
kid. I love that name.
he's going to be 10. And then Joey is going to be 11. So Joey will be 11. And just so everyone can see how I have it here, this is how it is grouped up. Just so everyone can see. So we're just going to do random number generator. I know it's boring, but I don't want to be too boring for the podcast either. I want to keep things moving along here, but it'll be what you will win. You'll have a choice. Message me, DM me after the show, whoever the winner is, and I will give you choices on your prize. It's going to be some Black Series. There might even be a Mafex there, or it would be like a combination of maybe Legends, something along those lines. So we'll stay in touch. When you DM me, I'll provide the options for you. But okay, so can everyone see my screen right now?
We can see it.
Okay, so I'm going to press it 3 times just because that's what I've always done. 1, 2, 3. Number 10 is the winner, which is Fat Thai Kid. So Fat Thai Kid,
Nice.
I haven't seen him in in the chat tonight. So if you're listening,
Wasn't
Fat
in
Thai
here.
Kid,
I thought he was.
Yeah,
in here
he's.
earlier.
I remember
was
he
in
here?
said.
okay.
Yeah, he commented earlier.
Yeah, let's
Okay,
see.
sorry, I haven't
I'm
been able to
looking.
look at the chat for a while since
Oh,
I
here
was
we go.
setting this up. But
He said, "Just happy they released Fat Majin Buu."
Nice. I feel like I
Alright.
should change my name to Fat White Kid, but then it's just.
God.
But
Yeah,
no matter
so-
what, I feel like the bad guy no matter what when you say white.
so yeah, thank you, Fat Thai Kid. Thank you for everyone who entered.
Yeah. Thanks,
we-
guys.
Yeah, we'll kind of start over now, but we'll still keep going on with the.
So, for round 3, we'll continue with the trivia in during small talk and stuff like that. But I do have this idea of involving the Ox Nation in the Facebook page with some different types of ways to earn points. So be checking out Ox to catch those questions and activities for you to try to earn points as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, so pretty fun there. The Fat Thai Kid. I think there's been 2 giveaways we've done here with trivia where a person who had 1 entry won it. So I feel bad for the guys that have a lot of points, but at the same time,
That's life, baby.
well, yeah, they do have like a better chance. It's just kind of how it's dropped so far.
That's 2022.
Yeah. Oh, Badfish said he's waiting for another picture for the bonus question. Sean, way to blow it.
What are you talking
Damn,
about?
Sean.
It's right there.
Oh, I don't know. I wonder what he's referencing. Let us know, because if you're roasting Sean, I really want to know.
Thanks.
So, Hasbro news. We had some big info here. So first of all, we kind of mentioned the tease, but we wanted to hold off. We wanted to hold off on it for now until we had the actual kind of releases by Hasbro. But they did announce their Selfie series action figure line. It's due to launch this fall. I'm guessing, what do they call it? HasCon or something like that? That they call it.
Oh, PulseCon.
They call it PulseCon, yeah. They had they literally had their own convention called HasCon. It lasted 1 year. Then they realized that people didn't want to pay a bunch of money for them to hear them.
Well, they're
talk about
doing it
themselves.
again.
are they?
But anyways, yeah. So select figures have been chosen from Marvel Legends, G.I. Joe, Star Wars, Power Rangers, and Ghostbusters, to where you can essentially get your face 3D printed, put on a figure, and it's $60, right? I think.
Have they
Something like
announced
that?
that yet? I don't know if they've announced that yet.
Yeah, they have. They've mentioned prices because they had like the solicitation up. You just couldn't order anything yet. I don't think.
Okay.
Well, actually, I think it was $59.99 if we're being specific.
Well, if you're providing the penny.
We want to get our facts straight. I think
I was
it
gonna
is, but
say-
I think it's what it is, $60. Yeah.
Badfish said, "Dude, these goofy mofo's."
Yeah.
I was gonna say something too about it, but yeah. Anyways, it's a really cool idea. I think it's interesting. It's pretty
Yeah.
expensive. I probably won't do it, but
I think it's cool though that you get the figures with it as well. At first, I was like, "Well, just give me the 3D printed like head sculpt," but then, you might have missed out on some of these figures or whatever. So to be able to get a whole figure with it's kind of cool too.
right, yeah,
Yeah, really, generically, if they would have just said, for $30, we'll give you something that looks like you, generically, in a head sculpt, they should have done that.
yeah.
Because really, they give you, like, okay, Power Rangers, because I was like, oh, it'd be cool to do a Power Ranger, and it's like, they give you can be a Red Ranger or Pink Ranger. But again, as long as they tell you that the
Casual.
the peg fits all the Rangers, you know what I mean? But I'd have to check myself.
Well, and it looks like they're sized for that figure,
yeah.
So like depending on which one you're getting, it looks like the head sculpt will be sized for that as well.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. Like if you bought all, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this. I think it's a really cool idea, But then when you see the people, you're like, it almost like they stereotype the people in a way. You know what I mean? Not to sound weird.
What do you mean?
Because it's like, oh,
comment on this.
it's generic this head, it's generic that person, it's generic that person. You know what I mean? Because these people, like this guy literally has a face like, okay, I'm about to finish, and then his character has a face like, oh, I'm into the like, you know what I mean? He's got a serious face, and then other you know,
Mark.
go back to the face before. It makes me sound like a dipshit. If you look at that person's face, it doesn't. It's just the faces don't match. So at least they should have had the person like, okay, this character is smiling. I should be smiling. When you, man, I sound terrible. Show me. Is there any white people that this face?
I don't know what the fuck you just said, little kid. But you special, man.
I sound terrible. Damn it. They don't have any white
what the fuck you're
figures. I'm
talking
sorry.
about, Mark. You totally
No, they
lost.
don't. These people don't look like the characters.
I mean,
You know what I'm
maybe,
saying?
like it's Hasbro. You know,
It's because
cheap
they don't
action.
have like. I'm interested to see like the hair. 'Cause,
Like, this
you
guy's
see
hair.
this guy's hair, it doesn't match his hair.
Yeah, his hair is shaved at the bottom,
Yeah.
and he's
So
got
they-
like it's the same hair the whole way through. So
Yeah.
it doesn't match.
That figure looks nothing like him.
So literally, they have probably, I don't know, let's say 100, and they probably have like a randomly generated 200 sculpts. You know what I mean?
I don't even know
Let's
if they
just
would
say-
have that as far as.
But, like,
hair.
you know
I
what
bet
I mean?
They have like.
So then-
I bet they have like 10 hair sculpts.
You send your picture in, and they say, okay, this person has this color eyes, this color hair, this color skin, and they print that out. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
some people probably they score big time. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm vanilla. I'm a vanilla person, so it's perfect. Other people who have like a cool haircut, you know what I mean? If you have blue hair, what happens if you have blue hair and you do this?
I
They're gonna
bet they
print your hair
color
blue?
it.
No
I bet you
fucking
the
way.
paint- I bet you
No.
they'll paint that.
Dude, I'm gonna dye my hair blue and do this shit, and then I'm gonna. It's
Yeah.
gonna-
But dye your hair purple for us, Mark. I will buy, if you do that, I will buy this figure for you. And
As long as it's only $60, I'll do it because then I can recolor it myself. Because
well,
my hair is gray as shit. So
the thing that I think is gonna mess it up is like, are they printing or sculpting? Are they doing head sculpts for it too? Like, is it just a generic sculpt with your face printed on it, or is it like they're gonna make a whole sculpt for your face?
well, see, that's the
facial
thing.
features,
That's
you
the
know?
thing. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, Eddie. They have. I think it's what it is. They have like a generic
A generic head. Yeah.
200 sculpts, and they say, okay, the closest sculpt, and we're gonna print your face on this sculpt.
Yeah.
So some people are gonna get like eyes where it's like look like Stevie Wonder figure. You know what I
Wow.
mean? It's gonna be like, where's this, you know? I'm
Yeah,
telling
where's
you,
it
that's
looking?
what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I mean,
I could see that.
optimistically, the idea is so good, but you know what I mean? Maybe I'm just coming off negative, but the fact that the pictures they showed, it's like the people's expression are off, and then the hair, like especially on this figure, the hair is totally off. The guy doesn't have an earring, and the sculpt, he doesn't. The hair is off. You know what I mean?
We should do it. Why the fuck? Like
Yeah.
the whole small talk cast. Like
Yeah.
Mark,
fuck
do it too. Like we should
If
all
it's-
get one.
That's
and
what I said. It's a $60
check it out.
bargain just
Yeah.
to talk shit. So we should all
Yeah.
do it. Yeah.
I don't
So
know if I'd want
yeah.
to take mine out of the box though.
I think that would be. I think it'd also be like a fun giveaway too, to do it for someone, you know, that to
I don't know.
consistently, unless they've won before.
Yeah.
It would be cool to buy them one of their
Right,
own.
that's-
Like we'll pay to. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not giving my
yeah,
face.
no.
I'm not giving my
No, that's-
face away.
It's a one.
Yeah,
of
that's
one.
what I mean. I'm
Yeah.
not that narcissistic where I think people want action figures of me, but
Yeah.
I think they do.
I'll give $20.
No, I think
towards
that's
that.
what he was aiming for.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That would be pretty cool, actually.
You win this Dylan head sculpt.
congratulations. Congratulations.
But it
You're
was
being
cool.
rescued.
Some of them it was like Ghostbusters. You know what I mean? For some of the older folks, it'd be cool to like. If
So
you have
you get Ghostbusters, and we'll get like Star Wars and Power
Well, no,
Rangers
no.
and Marvel.
But listen, I'm a huge, you guys know me. I'm a huge Star Wars and
They
Power
don't
Rangers
have Lord of the Rings now. I'm
fans.
sorry.
They don't have Lord of the Rings. But I have four. I have four brothers.
Do it on Power Rangers.
So if I had four brothers, you know what I mean? I have four brothers, so it'd be cool to have all my four brothers as like Power Rangers or
Okay, so let me clarify
Turtles?
really quick.
Turtles
They're
or-
only offering certain characters from each one's
Again,
like Power
yeah,
Rangers.
and-
It's the Red Ranger and the Pink Ranger. So that's all you're gonna
But that's
get.
why I go
And
back.
then-
That's why I go back to pegs. If the pegs were no different, you know what I mean?
right. Maybe you can interchange them with, but I'm wondering because of the figures they're offering, whether they're male or female, that if they're going to sculpt it to size, like if they just have a generic one, it may be a little bit too big or too small.
Right. But that's what I mean. It's a great idea, but we don't have enough information, to be honest.
No.
Until
So
a couple
Vintage-
people get some stuff in where it doesn't look like them, and then we'll know,
Vintage
or it looks great.
says Vintage says it's a photo real print of the customer on a generic head, which I think that's what I remember
that's what I
seeing
think
or
was gonna
hearing as
happen.
well.
But that's why they're gonna look off.
But you know what?
Yeah.
Listen, my wife would tell you I'm generic as fuck. So maybe for me
Wow.
personally, it's perfect.
You're one
I'm
of a
generic
kind,
white
Mark.
dude.
Hold on, I got to go through the
On the
chat
inside,
here.
you're not generic. Okay.
I gotta
No,
go through the
I'm
chat
different.
here because it's pretty golden. Bob Dylan said we've reached a new level of vanity, and Badfish responded and said adds to cart. Yeah, no shit. and then he said the funny thing is I know a collector that made a ton of sculpt, all of his figure, even the female ones. Interesting. Yeah, generic templates, case closed for the most part. Dylan, are you for real? I need a picture of that collection. Casual Nerd, thanks for tuning in. He said, I like the idea, Mark. Dye your hair. Let's be positive. Let's do it. Yeah, I say the same.
Yeah, my hair is so white on the side. My wife even she mentioned it. At that point, I was like, okay, I'm gonna be that guy now.
You can never change your hairstyle, otherwise you'll need a 2.0 of yourself. Bob Dylan said, Badfish said John
Reissues.
John can control if
Yeah.
they reissue him.
That was good.
So, yeah, this is pretty good. I love the chat here. So, anyways, yeah. So PulseCon, it is going on this year, September 30th, and October 1st is when it'll be coming. They obviously have a lot that gets dropped during that time frame, so you may be a little disappointed about what they show over Comic-Con, but I'm sure they'll have a lot during that time period. So, moving on to Black Series news here. Speaking of which, this is the Star Wars Black Series Boba Fett in Disguise SDCC exclusive. It's already sold out, I'm pretty sure. But
Did they release it already though?
I
Because they said it wasn't until after the show that they were going to release a small amount.
correct. I saw that, but on their website I found it, and it's already like sold out there.
Okay.
So I don't know if they're gonna put it back, they're gonna put it back up for like a pre-order or something after it, or if it's just showing as sold out currently on their website. I'm not exactly sure, but I could have swore some people were saying that they snagged it already. I just don't know if it was from the con or not that they did that. But yeah, so as far as I know, it has been up and sold out, but it still may go back up when the con is done and everything like that. So keep an eye out for it if you are interested in this one. I know like Hot Toys did their version of this one as well. So yeah, it's already pretty much, I'm pretty sure, sold out as far as I know. But yeah, so it's all black Boba Fett. I think it's the Empire Strikes Back sculpt that a lot of people are complaining about because it's one that they've... God, I think Yak Face did a thing on how many times they've used it, and it's a lot. They have used it a lot at this point.
Well, when you talk about an exclusive to a place like SDCC, you know, and you're just getting reused parts and they just spray painted it black, you know, with an extra weapon.
Yeah, right. It seems like it's pretty easy redo. It is in like the deluxe like kind of open like Velcro opening box and everything. And it's got like art on it based from the comic in which it is from. But yeah, I don't know a ton about it. I know like the main basis just from when the Hot Toys one came out. But yeah, so this one I would keep an eye on this one if you are interested in it. It still may go up. And then we had the Black Series Cassian Andor and B2 EMO, $55.99, due of fall of this year. And this is another, I believe it's going to be a deluxe. This one isn't up yet, but it's like with the pull-out packaging. I think it's on like rubber bands inside, if I remember it right from my Cad Bane. It's something like that because there's something that like pulls it back in. It's kind of interesting way that they do the box. But yeah, it does look pretty good overall. I don't know how many people are interested in this yet. We'll have to see how good the TV show is. Yeah, no long blaster, but I wonder if he'll not have it. I don't know. In the show, we'll see. Here, and Badfish said, "I want to hear Eddie talk about Andor."
What the fuck?
Why?
Nah, because yesterday I commented on After Dark that like I'm not interested in this show like whatsoever.
Oh.
I could care less about this. It might be lingering feelings from Obi-Wan or that like he was cool in Rogue One, but like I don't care to see more of the story. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know if I'll even watch it. We'll see.
No, don't say that. No. That time period's cool. The character's cool. The droid looks like the robot from the grocery store that vacuums. So I don't know why anybody would spend money on that because Cassian Andor, I mean, I don't know what was a bigger peg warmer, Cassian Andor or Jyn Erso. I mean that for like 3 or 4 years was like, I mean that killed Kmart. I blame those two figures for Kmart going under. I don't know like which part of the world you live in. But, like, dude, when I go to Kmart, it was like, oh, it's the Kmart exclusive. And I have, like, 5 or 6 of both those figures. You know what I mean? They have, like,
question.
Specific Jyn Erso Kmart exclusive. I'll send
Kmart
it to you right
still
now.
exists?
I'm telling you, these figures killed Kmart. There's no Kmart anymore. But Black Series, they have Black Series exclusive.
I don't know if you're
editions.
serious or not, but I can almost guarantee action figures did not kill Kmart.
No, that Jyn Erso killed Kmart. I got 5 or 6 of them in my basement right now, and I'm pretty sure I gave a couple of them to Goodwill, but they didn't take it, so I don't know.
Yeah,
they went to the dump.
So, okay, so moving on here to the vintage collection, we have the, sorry, thought I was going to burp here. But, so, this is the Rescue Set multi-pack. It's $74.99, due of spring of 2023. So, this includes Mando, Grogu, Moff Gideon, and then a Dark Trooper, which, like, with flame effects and everything from when... the Mando tries to light him on fire at the end of season 2. Right? That's end of season 2, not season 1, right? Yeah,
2.
End of season 2. So yeah, it comes with a lot of cool effects. You can do a lot of cool things with it. He has his soft goods kind of, not cape, is it cloak? Cape? Which they really like sold the shit out of with their Razor Crest one that they gave. So that's kind of interesting that they're just doing that now. I'm trying to only do troopers for TVC, but I might get this set just for the Mando and then to have like a Grogu and then like another version of the Dark Trooper, and then if someone maybe wants Moff Gideon, sell him that. I don't know yet. I'm on the fence about it because, yeah, I'm trying to just do like troopers kind of things. And yes, I count Dark Troopers as troopers. So yeah, we'll see here. Looks pretty cool. I think that's a good idea for a set to do. But so moving on to some of their San Diego Comic-Con teases. They showed up here up close again, thanks to Toy Arc. They got the Clone Wars Darth Maul, right? This is Clone Wars, not Rebels.
Yeah.
Darth Maul. And then we have the wrong colored trooper. I always forget which battalion it is.
I don't
12
remember.
or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And then we got the Black Series Dark Trooper, Cad Bane, Obi-Wan Kenobi from his TV show, and then the big yellow droid from that TV show. Forgot what his name was. Darth Vader. And then we have, what's this guy's name? We forgot it on the last time we covered it again.
Damn. I forgot.
How do I
Saw
forget?
Gerrera.
Yes,
Saw.
thank you, Saw Gerrera.
Yes, Saw.
And then one of the gaming greats ones from the game. It's the same.
The Night Brother, right?
Yeah, it's Night Brother. It's the same kind of people that Maul is. It's this planet that Maul is from. And then we have the Infinity's Darth Vader, so the all white version of him, and then the Ralph.
I think
McQuarrie.
Mark's getting that one.
I want the Ralph McQuarrie one.
I actually like the all white look.
Really?
It's like it's so like not Vader that it looks cool.
Yeah, it is different. It's a cool take on it.
This is Vader before Labor Day.
Jesus Christ. Jesus.
You're muted, Mark. I don't know if you said anything, but
Then we got
I was laughing pretty hard.
We got Black Chrysanthemum, which doesn't look changed. I was hoping that they would update him by now with all the complaints they've had on him, but
It's Chewbacca with blackface.
Real quick, we
You
got
okay?
Cash
Wow.
dropped in.
hey,
How's it
Cash,
going,
thanks
Cash?
for joining.
Alvin J as well.
Hey,
up, Alvin?
Alvin, been a while. Thanks for joining, guys. Okay, so we got Marvel Legends. A lot of stuff going on here. I'll kind of pass it off to you, Sean, to start off.
Sure, yeah. So the only big thing that we got was the Marvel Legends Spider-Man No Way Home 3-pack for $89.99 due out August 2023. I mean, the date gets me again, with, I guess, how other companies are dropping stuff. I mean, Mcfarlane's dropping stuff every week, it seems like, and new stuff, and then they drop a few weeks later or whatever. But besides the Tobey Maguire, the Andrew Garfield, I don't like anything else from this. They do come with their own set of hands. I know one thing that they talked about was they all had the web slinging hands and the crawling hands, all pinless, brand new sculpts. I think Tobey Maguire is my favorite Spider-Man from this particular version. But the one thing that they did not show from these renders was they did say they all have a web attachment that they can use. Other than that, you're gonna get all three of them for $90.
I already ordered this. I already pre-ordered.
Did you
this.
really?
Hell yeah, man. I don't want the Tom Holland either. Actually, I might keep it. Just because that, it was cool seeing all three of them. So we'll see.
So it's a
Yeah.
redo of the suit right here.
Does that one have the butterfly joints?
Yes, it does.
Okay,
And that was
cool.
like one thing that they kind of bragged on. They're like, all of these have butterfly joints. I'm like, well, I mean, you've had it before, so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
well,
supposed to be
it's-
new figures. Yeah, so they should all have butterfly joints. It's a Spider-Man figure.
I'm hoping they like throw some cool stuff. Dylan, you're muted. I didn't cut you off. Sorry. I'm hoping they throw some cool like dial stuff in the box
So-
or something.
As far as the body itself goes, they said that all of the webs have been painted where they should be. They're all fully painted throughout the figures, so that's kind of cool. They did the attention to detail there. I don't know. It would be more money to get the SH Figure Arts, but I wouldn't mind seeing what they have in store first.
Yeah.
Before jumping on this.
Yeah, $90 pretty much shipped. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I think I might grab this too. I'm not 100% sure. It's not necessarily the one I want, but it's kind of funky. Like in this picture, I don't know if it's just the angle, but the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man almost looks like chunky, like he has a larger chest.
I was gonna say, do the bodies look different? Because I feel like Toby should have been thicker, but Andrew should have been like slender and taller.
Right.
But they do look different.
And I mean, if we're being honest here, okay, let's be honest. They're $25 figures, right? That's the current market for
like 30.
Marvel Legends.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they're like
30.
25.
25 or $25.99. So
Yeah.
they're making you pay for 3 figures in one box.
For hands.
So what makes them
and just
$30?
one web.
Yeah, they give you extra hands. I'm like,
There's
where's the head
no-
sculpt?
That
It's
was a big complaint. Was there's no head sculpts. There's
Where's
no
the
like
fucking head sculpt?
unmasked head sculpt.
So unless you're a huge fan, people just say, "Oh, okay, well you have 3 different spiders on their chest." You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm just a huge fan, so I
I am
had to
too.
get them all.
It's so they can.
I agree that it's over. It's just they knew that they did a lot of sneaky shit here. They uppriced it. They threw in Holland because they knew nobody wanted that shit.
Yeah, but they literally did minimum. They literally did minimum effort. It was like, how much can we repaint, remold as much as we can without giving you anything?
It's like they used Holland to pretty much pay for the other 2 figures because we've already gotten that version. There's probably people that want that one.
And they still upcharged it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Because I think this Holland that I have, he was the one without the big Build-A-Figure piece.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So frustrating.
yeah.
Yeah, they're
Alvin-
definitely trying to.
Alvin
to
asked,
get
would
money
you
here.
use the head sculpt if it came with it?
Maybe.
I mean, there was a big part in the movie where they were just kind of chatting, right?
I have a feeling a lot of. Well, I mean, we saw the Hot Toy Garfield anyway. We know he's coming with the Garfield head, but I have a feeling the SHF aren't going to come with the heads either. I have a feeling they're going to try to save money on that.
Well, the thing is,
I
whether you would
wonder
use the sculpt or not, if you're paying for a 3-pack and you're paying $30 a figure, okay, let's say, I don't use the sculpt. Well, then you need to give me an accessory that makes up that difference. Because to me, at this point, I'm just
agree.
like, okay, you know what? Maybe I'll just walk away and I'll just wait for Hot Toys to come out.
That's why I'm hoping, like, we haven't
different
seen the packaging
statue
yet.
company.
So I'm hoping the packaging is kind of like, first of all, like the, what's that X-Men pack? Where it was like the Black Queen and whatever. It's like that big box. I'm hoping it's like that with like a displayable window that has like Dio stuff in it, and you could see them like posed up. Because if they threw like a building top, or even if they threw like rocks or broken building or whatever in there,
so
that would make it a little better.
Yeah,
or even a goblin
bomb.
bomb, you know? Give them a
Yeah,
goblin
some
bomb
little-
or something like that, or like a Doc Ock arm, you know, that they're
If
holding on to.
the packaging is really cool like that, where it looks like they're posed up and it's a Dio, then I'll feel a little bit better. Even if there isn't a Dio piece, I'll still feel a little better.
Like maybe the backside of it was a backdrop.
Yeah, something like that. But we'll see, I guess.
I can't remember.
And I would say like this is kind of for me personally, to Alvin's question, this is kind of the special case where I probably would be a little bit more interested than usual in having a head sculpt. With Hasbro, it's always a less bigger deal because they're never that great, so you rarely want to show them off all that much. But in my opinion, like I would say majority of the movie, they all had their masks removed. Like they used their faces. What I think my theory is, tinfoil cap, is that since there's the weird like contract with it all to where like Sony owns everything movie and then Disney has merch rights and they just want to sell all the merch, that maybe the license costs quite a bit more than most like MCU things or most things period as far as licensing is concerned. And especially when you start throwing head sculpts in, I'm guessing that's why we probably haven't got one here yet, because they're going to use this to pay for fucking future re-releases, and then why we probably won't get one with SH Figure Arts, and why we're lucky that we're getting one with Hot Toys.
Well, and I feel like we're letting that be like a cop out, because we're excited about it because of Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man. You know, like this is something we haven't gotten in years, you know, so they're like, here you go. Oh, by the way, you need Tom Holland if you want to recreate anything from Multiverse, right? Multiverse. And like, I just don't feel like too many people are going for that. Like, I feel like Eddie, like you're not buying it because of Multiverse, right? You're buying it because of Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And this is the first like action figure from this movie of these other two Spider-Mans that we've had as well. So I think
since the originals, I mean,
yeah.
Well, yeah. Like no one's going
you
back
know what?
and looking for 90s shit.
They're going to do a whole nother wave for this movie too. They're going to do a whole regular wave.
Yep.
And it's going to come with all three of them again. And it's going to come with Goblin, Doc Ock, Electro.
Build a figure with his glider or something.
Yeah, it's going to come with... You're going to get a whole nother wave, and maybe that's why they didn't do the head sculpts. They're going to throw the head sculpts in that wave or something.
Maybe they're working on it together.
That's what I said that they'll do. They're using this to pay for those head sculpts in future releases.
Yeah, that's definitely what's going to happen.
They'll definitely eventually do one. It's just it's
so then
I don't know.
I guess is it like FOMO then? Like you get these to make sure that in that you get what you want, because we may not release Tom Holland or we may not release one of the other Spider-Men or something like that.
For me, I just need everything Tom Holland or everything Toby and Garfield.
Andrew.
Like I will get everything.
Yeah. And also companies right now, this is the time to do the half-ass exclusives at San Diego Comic-Con. Because as soon as you do SDCC and you just put that label on stuff, you're able to like, you know what I mean? You're able to sleaze your way through a couple of exclusives.
Yeah.
This is what this is, because there's no way they're going to go through the next 2 years and not have these figures available. You know what I mean? How could you?
So Casual Nerd Problem said pricey. Would aftermarket be the route to get it cheaper and just get the characters you want? Sorry, not too familiar with this line.
I
don't
think it'd be cheaper.
If you just want one character, yes, it'll be cheaper than $90. But the problem is, the value won't be there. You'll have to pay for like a single one, and it'll be like $50 or $60 or something like that. I bet.
And
the
like,
only one they're gonna sell for cheaper is the Holland. That one will sell for like $10,
right?
Or something.
And because, like we said, they've already
sculpt,
done a single. They've already done a single release of them.
I think the best part of the Holland version is like the gold that they've kind of broke out a little bit better. I think it looks really good, at least in these renders. On mine, I can't say it looks like that. So that's better already. It's a better looking figure. But I mean, again, you paid for this one and no Build-A-Figure, you know, and little accessories, maybe an extra couple of hands, a fist hand and an open hand or something, or a crawling hand.
I'm surprised they didn't wait to do this as a con exclusive, because they could have done a like crazy box stuff with this. They could have had them all pointing at each other in the box. They could have had them like all kinds of stuff you could have done to make this a con exclusive, and they didn't do that.
If
Yeah,
they
they
would have
could've.
that background meme, you know what I mean, with
Yeah.
the parking lot, like in the
Yeah.
display, they
Yeah.
totally
Has-
they could have charged $100 and people could have been like,
Mondo.
"Oh my god, this is crazy."
Mondo would
Ha-
have done that.
Hasbro's gonna drop it
Yeah,
tomorrow.
Mondo. Yeah.
Hasbro's gonna drop it tomorrow on their last day.
So real quick, go down the line. We'll start with Sean. What's your favorite Spider-Man out of the three?
Oh, Spider-Man. It would be Tobey Maguire. I think my favorite Peter Parker would be Andrew Garfield.
Wow, that's actually backwards. Everybody usually says Spider-Man is Andrew
Yes.
and Peter is Toby. Like, which I think mine is overall Toby. Like, Andrew's was good, but Toby will always be my number one. So
Yeah, Mark, what do you say?
Yeah, for me, 100% it's Andrew Garfield, because anybody that watched, I don't know how many of you guys watched the 90s cartoon Spider-Man,
yeah,
but in my mind, I didn't read the comics before that. So it was always like that, oh, he made these like sly remarks, you know what I mean? He was like, even though he was supposed to be
Yeah.
the nerd and nobody liked him, he was a cool guy.
Yeah.
And if you watch the Garfield movie, that was it. He was a cool guy, but at the same
Yeah.
time, nobody, he was a nerd outcast
Yeah.
type. So
Yeah.
he fit that mold for me. So he's my Spider-Man.
I agree with it.
It's weird for me. I'm probably like in the boat with Eddie to where I will say like Toby is the nostalgic one for me. That's what I grew up with. That's like what got me like pretty much into Spider. I had watched the animated series from time to time. Like I got bought in like one of the VHSs for the an animated Spider-Man series for Christmas one year. But other than that, I didn't really know much about them. And then when those movies came out, I absolutely ate them up. But I will say that Andrew Garfield, in my mind, I think the movies were underrated because I really did like the movies way better than my critics did.
Those movies
I
get
will-
disrespected almost.
And the acting is good, right? Like like him and like Emma Watson.
Watson.
Emma Stone. Yeah,
Stone,
thank you.
yeah.
Emma Stone. They do really well acting in those movies. When I rewatched them before this movie came out, and I gotta say, like, I think he's the better Spider-Man. I think he's the better Peter Parker, but I will always be partial to Toby. I know it's biased, but I will say I think Andrew was the better.
And
Well, as a
overall.
trilogy, they're better movies. Even though the last one had like it's kind of like comical, like it was almost like if you ever watched the last Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, where it's like the last one, you're like, okay, well this movie doesn't need to exist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So are you guys okay with Toby and Andrew being like the multiverse Spider-Man? Like,
Oh, I love it. I love
but
what they did.
but
with the last movie.
with Tom Holland being the I guess the standalone Peter Parker Spider-Man in the real Spider-Verse, I guess.
That's not the universe I live in though.
Yeah, I guess at this point
I
don't
live in
really
a different
care.
universe. So
The MCU's gotten so far off the tracks for me to where like I'm like halfway confused and spun around to where I'm just
no, but
I'm just
I love
along
that.
for
I
the
love
ride.
that Spider-Man movie because like anything else, then at some point people just have to learn that canon don't mean shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Right.
When you're like me and you grew up reading Star Wars books for a long time, and then they come out with movies, and then they're just like, well, these books don't mean anything. You just got to learn to turn certain shit off.
And then they bring it back.
and then they bring it back. Yeah, at the very end, they're just like, oh, they're like, this is about the new characters, and at the very end, they're like, this is the
everything from
Skywalker
this
saga.
point-
And I'm like, okay, it's the Skywalker saga now. I thought these characters don't mean anything.
Yeah, we could go on
Yeah.
all day about this,
Yeah.
but real quick, Buck Fang said, "Sup guy is also the third panelist is a fraud. He isn't the real Ed and Eddie." Casual
No, he's
nerd
totally
said,
the-
"Leave
yeah.
that comment up the rest of the show."
I think he's talking about me. I'm not the real Mark. Mark's a fraud.
Oh, he's a statue guy. He's Buck. He's a jokester.
He's all right.
So
Sean, take it away.
moving on, besides the SDCC stuff,
Jesus Christ, this thing's huge.
the
I'm a
only
little
other thing
upset that I didn't
that
back
they
this.
talked about and they unboxed was the new Galactus. And guys, this guy is huge. Oh my god, it's Like you see that's Dwight, right? So it's like half his body almost standing up on that table. But it was really cool watching this unboxing. They broke it down piece to piece. The cool thing as far as assembly goes, it's only his little antler piece is what they called it, the crown piece. They all kind of key in similar to how a statue would. They went over all the other pieces. I think that chest piece looks amazing. The skirt piece looks really good. The hands are huge, big enough that he can hold any of those 6-inch figures, your Fantastic Four, anything like that. So it looks really, really nice. The cool thing is that they did kind of unbutton it a little bit. So there's this big old open spot here in this picture where the batteries go. There is a plate that goes over that to hide that. So they did take the time for that. 4 total AA batteries. I'm sorry. You know what? I don't remember now. AA or AAA. But yeah, 4 total.
Holy shit.
So 2 go in the back to light up the chest piece. And then if you'll go to the next picture, the top of his head has all the inner workings, as you can see there. But that piece also pops off, exposing the next battery pack where the other 2 will go in to light up the eyes. And it has this really cool light up effect in the eyes where if it stands alone a little bit, it'll flicker, and then after a while it'll turn off. Really excited about that. The neck portion there, you see that kind of square cube there that has a sensor that kind of reads the light effects and stuff.
Oh, okay. I was wondering how that worked with that.
So it kind of cycles through, I guess, if you leave it off. In this picture right here, go back one more. In this picture here, they're just kind of showing the example of how to take out the face plates. So if you can see that kind of cream color area within the inner workings of the head there, all you do is stick your finger right there, pop it out, and you can replace it with any of the other 2 face plates that it comes with. There's the skull looking face, which is really cool. I don't remember what storyline that's from, but it looks really cool. The next picture is the light up features. Go through one more. There you go. With the mean looking head sculpt and all the light up features. And if you go on to the next one, it's the Doom head sculpt. The hood is just kind of like that soft plastic. So, you're not going to be able to move that around at all. And then you can see his arc reactor going again. They looked at the Surfer, which after watching it a couple of times, I'm a little disappointed with the head sculpt of the Surfer. I need to go back to the comics and see if it's maybe more accurate to that. But as of right now, I like the Walmart exclusive Surfer better. The nice thing for this is that they'll have him with the base, and that base can fit in his hand very snugly, and they left him there for a while. The one thing I was a little concerned about throughout the video is that they were both holding him as they were pulling parts out, so it made me a little less confident about... Go ahead.
I was just laughing.
It made me a little less confident about how well his legs are with like how the Sentinel was, where they kind of said his legs were a little wobbly and things like that.
Dylan, go back.
What?
Go back 3 pictures to the Surfer. The one more. This is the crossed up in NBA Jam broken ankles pose.
Yeah.
He got crossed.
Yeah.
What kind of?
Yeah,
hate to
you
see
know,
it.
it's a weird it's a weird pose on the board, but you know what? All the Surfers were kind of hard to pose on the board too. I have my Obsidian Surfer over here, and it's hard to get him into a true Silver Surfer surfing pose as he's going through the stars and stuff. If you go on to the next one with Frankie Ray. So the cool thing with her is she's held up by the flames.
Those look good. This
there's
whole thing looks fucking amazing. I'll be
yeah.
honest.
So there's a way you peg her knee in, and she kind of like floats on that, and the flames also fit in the other hand, the left hand of Galactus, and they are specific. So Surfer will go in the right, and Frankie will go in the left. So you can't switch them up. She's gonna have a couple extra hands. That is all. Was Surfer all the only other thing he had? I think was a couple of hands and the cosmic effect, which we've seen throughout many Marvel Legends. And there they all are posed in both, and he stood pretty well with them, pretty balanced. You get Morg on the ground there, so he can't attach to them at all, but he was more of a ground character anyway. Looks really good. We'll see another picture of him here in a few minutes with the head sculpt. I'm interested to see how his hair is. You kind of see how it's lifted, but also it just kind of seems like it's that ebony maw hair that's just kind of attached to the back of his head. The cool thing with all of this is they were talking about the box, and we'll see more of the box here in a second, but this backside here is actually a backdrop of what's supposed to be Galactus's like space layer, if you will, in the cosmos. So you could display him directly up against the box, which is really cool. And then the front of the box, again, the big bragging point on that was that the backers got to choose which art print they went, and they went with the one where he's kind of looking down at the planet, sending his heralds down and stuff like that. And then they talked about how they kind of have that comic book little emblem there where it says Marvel Legends, HasLab number 2. I don't remember if the Sentinel had a number 1 and if they had that logo. I didn't pay too much attention to that one because I didn't back it. But they're thinking that they're going to continue doing this little emblem on the rest of their boxes to kind of number the HasLabs, which would be really cool. And again, next picture is just a better view of that backdrop. And guys, I am super excited about this. As soon as we get it, we'll do a showcase as soon as it's in hand. And if anybody else in the Ox Nation has it, we should get you guys on too, so we can kind of compare and go over things. Guys, comments, questions on any of this?
Go ahead, Eddie. I'll let you go first.
Oh, I just think it's cool. I don't really have any concerns or anything, or I think it's dope. I thought that the Surfer and the Ray were like weak throw-ins, but they look really cool in the hands and stuff, so it's cool. It's really cool.
All of the joints minus like the articulation and the fingers are all on ratchets. So they were popping those back and forth, and they sounded really strong. So hopefully,
yeah,
that'll
he's
keep
holding
it going.
I like the way that the hands stay up there while he's holding them in there. So that's
yeah.
good.
Yeah, that's impressive. I would think they'd have to be strong to be able to hold 2 6-inch figures and their base at the same time.
And not to mention the weight of Galactus and all that,
Yeah.
They did have him crunched down pretty far forward, so as if he's looking down on whatever he's looking down on. The one thing that's coming out here soon, and we'll see a picture of him here pretty quick, is the Fire Lord. He's another Herald of Galactus. I'm for sure getting that guy to pose him next to it.
So,
real quick, are any of you guys old enough to play the NES game Silver Surfer?
Yes, but I never did.
Oh my god, it is such a good game, man. It's probably my favorite
I was
NES
old enough
game.
to play it, but I didn't play it.
I'm too old for this crowd. I'm sorry. But it was so cool. Fighting Galactus at the end. It's such a great game. If I don't know if you can There's plenty of places now online where you can just rip a game. But everybody should play NES Silver Surfer. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So the chat, everyone's pretty high on this one. Alvin said this looks good. Mr. Sketch said that's what she said when I said this looks huge, I think. Casual Nerd said, I love the colors popping on this. Anyone picking this up? The skull face might be Marvel Zombies. TK said, looks really cool, and I'm not even a Marvel fan. Doom portrait, talking to Cash. Yeah. Oh, dang, that's tight. Surfer in his hand. They eventually made him stand alone. They addressed the joint concern. Yeah. I will say I didn't watch this video. I haven't seen many pictures. This is kind of a first-time update for me. And I'm not going to lie. I'm blown away. I know I said earlier in the show that I don't like call things like, as Dean says, a home run or like I don't know how much better it could have gotten type thing, but this is that. This looks amazing. Congratulations, Sean. That's the only thing I was thinking of is that I'm happy for you throughout really going through these pictures, because this is, to me, this is mind blowing. I know maybe I'm wrong here, but this is like a centerpiece to your collection, even if you're a statue collector. I think this can like hold up against it, just with some of the lights and the options that you have with him. I think this is pretty crazy. This is an absolute centerpiece.
I was talking to a buddy of mine who has an extra watcher for me, and we got to talking on the Galactus, and I was telling him, I was like, this guy's coming within the next like 2 or 3 months. I feel like, they say fall, but I have not prepared any spot for this guy, and the whole idea is that he was going to be the centerpiece of my, my cosmic display for my 1/6 stuff, like having the Guardians, I didn't get any of the FF, which they have a little bit of a stake in the cosmic realm and stuff like that, but more so just like the deep space cosmic guys and stuff like that I need to start picking up to build that. But if I had one nitpick on it, and I think it's a missed opportunity, and I love the head sculpts, and I don't know too much about the Doom head sculpt. Apparently it was pretty important. He kind of saves everyone and takes the embodiment of Galactus, but is the Thanos wins Galactus with the nice like big like blaster weapon and things like that. If you read Thanos wins, you know what I'm talking about. But they've already released the Obsidian Surfer, which is his herald, and they have King Thanos and things like that. I think that would have been a better opportunity to reach in some of the newer readers of all of this, because that's a big storyline now, especially with Donny Cates being as big as he is. That was the only thing that I could have thought that this thing is missing.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I haven't seen that, but I haven't like read through what a lot of people have nitpicked or said about this thing. Me being casual, not knowing a ton of Galactus storylines or things about him, I would have said I don't know how this thing could be better. I think this is just amazing. The only thing that really sucks is the big annoying screw there for the batteries, but it's in the back.
That will be covered up though. There is a plate. Yeah, there is a plate that goes over that.
Okay.
I just didn't get a good picture of it, but there is a plate that goes over that.
I think this is what HasLabs should be, and then some, or maybe not and then some, but this is what HasLabs should be. If they're gonna do HasLabs, they need to do it like this shit. Just even to the box, like the box is pretty. Yep. It's amazing. Like the way that they set it up like a comic, awesome. They need to be doing that with Marvel Legends. Like there's no, like, I know MCU is all the hype in the last 10, 20 years, but like in comics, obviously you gotta go back to this. Buckfang said just notice his finger joints articulate pretty clean. Yeah, it looks good. And then Alvin said when he gets introduced to the MCU, his value will skyrocket. Exactly right. I think we said that initially when this went up, but yeah, this is Sean. If you ever have to sell this thing at some point, you'll be able to get, I bet you, like
I know, and
$800 out of it,
if not more. Like I already have a friend, my buddy I was telling you about. He's like, "Damn it, man! I wish I would have backed it." I was talking with my wife about it, and then by that time the time ran out. So he's already ready to pay $800-900 for it. He says if it's there, it's mine.
Yeah. This is really cool. This is kind of a pinnacle thing. The Star Wars team needs to take some lessons from the Marvel and the GI Joe
I feel
team.
like they're just trolling Star Wars fans now. They don't even care.
It does seem like it.
They really don't care.
The thing is, they just hate 3 3/4 for some reason, because the 3 3/4 stuff, no issues. They think adults want lightsabers and 6-inch. I don't get me started.
But yeah, either way, this is amazing. I'm excited for you, Sean, with this. I'm excited for anyone who's getting this. I love it. I think this is, like I said, an amazing release. I'm not getting it, and I don't have FOMO actually with it. It's just not my cup of tea, but holy shit, this thing is amazing. I have no problem in admitting that this could easily be like one of the releases of the year, for like, I don't know, anything. But yeah, this was $400, right, Sean?
$499? Or no, it was $400. It was $400. Right? It was it was $399. Yeah, $400.
That's so solid. $400 for a child-sized figure is insane.
It's as big as my 2-year-old.
Yeah, exactly. It like takes up this guy's torso, like upper half from like the waist up. That's how tall it is. Crazy. Yeah. But let's move on here.
Yeah, just flying through the SDCC stuff. They showed the Miss Marvel from the Disney Plus show. I think she looks good. They came up with the Hawkeye and Kate Bishop. I think they also look really good. I think Kate Bishop's hair's a little bit off, but regardless, I think I'm going to get this set because I definitely want the Build-A-Figure out of all of these. If you'll go on to the next one, you'll get Moon Knight. I definitely like the cloaked version better than the suited version. I mean, look at all that gap in the back of his vest and stuff. Yeah, that just doesn't look good. I mean, that's not okay.
Ain't great.
It needs a wash.
Yeah, it could use a wash, especially if you wanted to get more accurate on the hooded version of Moon Knight. Right. Coming up next, we have the Infinity Ultron, which I think looks really good. I mean, compared to what's coming out with Hot Toys, I mean, can't compare. But if this is more of your budget, I think he looks really good. I just don't like how there's too much red in his mouth there, where Vision's face should have been. But again, it's Legends, so we'll see how that goes. But with the Infinity Stones in his chest there, I think it looks really cool. The spear that he has looks really good too. Moving on from there, we have Null and we have Venom. I think Venom looks amazing. I mean, look at that wingspan there. He's huge. You know, I would say this is bigger than most regular sized Marvel Legends that have any kind of wings or anything like that. I feel like there's a missed opportunity on Noel to make him look a little bit more better, at least in the face sculpt and in the hair. The shoulders are going to have that hard plastic, so I don't know how high you'll be able to articulate his arms going up and down. The Necro sword, though, I think looks amazing. It looks really good. I'm interested. Like, I have not watched Thor yet, but if that's the sword that Gore is supposed to have, I want to see more of how it ends up being this if we ever get a Null in the MCU. Guys, what do you think about this?
The sword does not look like that. Is that what you're saying, or?
Well, I'm saying the sword from Thor: Love and Thunder was supposedly the Necro sword. I've not seen the movie yet, so I don't know what the backstory is on that. This is based off the comic. So if we ever get a Null in the MCU, I'd want to see more of what we have here in this picture.
Yeah. Doc, that's pretty much our motto for Small Talk. I don't collect 6-inch figures anymore, but ... That's pretty much our motto here. Everyone says that at some point in their collecting, and everyone eventually reverts back in some sort of way to small figures, whether, it's something you'll never have in the stuff you like, the scales you like, or whatever. But yeah, it's kind of just the...
Does the Null come with 2 heads? 2 head sculpts?
I think he
picture...
does.
Does he?
Yeah, I think he does.
Oh, he comes with like a more frowny kind of face, just like a more mean looking face, right?
Yep.
Well, in the box, it's different. So.
Right, exactly. So in the box in the background, his hair is resting there more, and I was going to say I like the windswept hair showing some action there with him.
They definitely did that with that armored Thor from Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah,
he kind of had that wind blowing in his hair kind of thing.
I really like these. I know we complained about the price. I'm not really changing my mind on that, because I think these were $80, right? But after seeing the size of these,
I think it was.
The 2-pack is 80.
Yeah. So, but after seeing the size of these wings, you could maybe justify this guy as I don't know. It's still just hard for me. The
thing is, I think the sculpt price is there. I think the paint, it's just they're like, okay, that's enough paint. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you look at the sculpt close enough, it's always like one of those, it just takes a little wash, a little paint.
I wish there would be a little bit more detail around Null's teeth,
because you see it in the sculpt, but it gets lost because it's literally, if you look at his face, it's like, okay, they painted a couple of teeth in his eyes. That's it.
Right.
Everything else.
But even with color. A wash, like you say, he needs a wash and stuff. That's all it's all extra money, because you don't just need the wash. You need the brushes for it. You need extra stuff.
Oh yeah, you have to be skilled to do it. It's not just some random. You can't just randomly. Listen, my kids paint figures all the time, and then I have to throw them in the trash because they fucking ruin so much of these. What do they call them? Those LPS things. Those bug-eyed dogs and cats and stuff like that, and then you just have to throw them away. But you know what I mean? It's like, it just sucks because it's that close to perfection, and you shouldn't have to go buy paint and be an acrylic expert. You know what I mean? To do this stuff, but you can see the sculpt. The sculpt value is there, but I mean that's just 2022. At some point, we just have to realize, okay, where does everybody want to be? You know what I mean?
And that's what Mark's point is, Sean. Is just the value for the paint isn't there, and I would probably agree because pretty much $40 a piece for each of these is spendy. I don't know. Well, the only other way that I can think that you're justifying is that Venom is $50 with those wings, and Null is $30, and that still seems high in my opinion.
Which is kind of, I feel like Null is more of the center. I feel like Null's more the centerpiece. That's just my opinion. This is definitely a different Venom than what we've seen, but the one we haven't gotten before is Null. And you got all these other companies coming out with better products for a single price figure, just looking better. Totally. If you're gonna get up in that basic SH Figuarts range, you need to level it up a little bit.
Yeah, and I think that's what it is. Some of these companies see that other companies are selling 6-inch figures for $100, et cetera, et cetera. And they think, okay, we're selling our stuff for too cheap, but you got to get a little closer to that $100 figure. You know what I mean? Mezco gives you a lot of accessories, paint, soft goods. You know what I mean? So to then not do that, it's frustrating because the sculpt is there. It's just paint the fucking.
To say that Venom is the reason why you buy this because of the wings, it's something you've never seen. That's cool though. But we've never gotten a Null before,
Yeah.
And for him to just look as he does with the Necro sword is not enough. Especially when his storyline reaches way back into the Guardians of the Galaxy. It's getting comic booky, but all the way back to Guardians, and then more feature into like the Thor storyline, and then coming into the more stuff from nowadays with Carnage and how he translated from there. There's so much stuff you can do, you know?
Yeah, if you're gonna lack the paint, at least give us 2 sculpts.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
or something. It just, it's way too much for. I don't know. It's frustrating because it's like it's cool to see a figure from the comics that you would normally see, but at the same time they go ahead and just shoot themselves in the foot.
I mean, think about the Spider-Man 3-pack. It's only $10 more.
yeah.
And you're getting a lot less.
Yeah.
You
and
know,
we
if
complained
Spider-Man
about-
had some crazy ass wings like this, then I mean,
Yeah, and we complained about the price with that too. So, yeah, it's just you hate it's a broken record to keep bitching
Right.
about price, but I do wish that it still does feel like the value is not there with this one. But yeah, we should
moving
move
on, we got Future Foundation Spider-Man and the Iron Spider. Don't know too much about Future Foundation, but the Iron Spider looks amazing. I will definitely pick that one up. It also comes with the new box art and the new boxes that they've been talking about. So I know there's a little bit of that in the background, but it'll be nice to see it all up front. Moving on from there is the Japanese Spider-Man with the little gauntlet.
That's cool.
Yeah, it looks really good. The Spider-Man 2-pack with, I forget what they call the Spider Girl, but it's from the I believe Renew Your Vows, right? Is that what it is? Yeah, Renew Your Vows.
Yep.
Line. Next picture has a little better. Yeah, there you go. So she looks good. It's cool to get a new character. Very basic. Then you get Spider-Ham and Spider-Man Noir with a lot of cool deco on it. I believe this was an Amazon exclusive with Silk and Doc Ock. I had the original Doc Ock. I don't see much difference besides maybe the green and the yellow being a different shade. It definitely doesn't look like those tentacles articulate in any kind of way, which kind of sucks because then you know it's just stuck in that position. The Silk we've had before, but maybe she's a little bit better, I guess maybe mechanical wise, articulation wise. Nothing crazy there unless you guys have anything to say.
Nope.
Continuing on, we got some of the X-Men. We got US Agent there, the comic version. You see on the right-hand side more of that X-Men stuff that they've been coming out with. That wave has dropped already. I saw a few of those figures. I think, who is it? Is it not Photon, but the guy, the red and blue guy? I saw him being a peg warmer at my local Walmart. From there, we have the controller wave, which is the new he's the Iron Man villain with the Thor figure, and I think it's Speedball. Is that who it is on his left hand on Controller's left hand side? Any of the X-Men people? And then let's see. Oh, I'm sorry, Dan. I didn't see that you left. But I'm actually kind of excited for this controller wave with a lot of the comic booky style figures. The Thor is the one that really interests me. If I remember correctly, he comes with a couple of the crows, the lightning effects, and I believe Mjolnir. I don't remember 100%. Eddie, what comic wave was this?
I have no idea.
Have you not got that
I
far?
know what he comes
Okay.
with. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. He, I believe he's out of the Donny Cates
Oh yeah.
version.
Yeah, he is. He is the Donny
He's-
Cates.
So if Chad, if you could help us out with what Thor that is, I can't remember. Oh, it's the Galactus Thor. He's like the Herald. That's what
Yeah.
it is. he's a herald of Galactus in this one. So I think all of these look great.
Yeah, because his hammer looks like it has cosmic energy in it.
Right.
It looks like galaxy or whatever, I think.
It looks like the controller has the upper body of Thanos from what is it? The King Thanos. That's just a guess. I'm not 100% sure on that one. Dylan, if you can move on for me. From there, we have the X-Men wave, the VCR, or what they're calling, I think it's the MVR or something like that. On the bottom there, the little Easter egg down there for the VCR and VHS stuff. Who was this guy with the jacket? Morph, right? Morph. So
yeah, he died in the first season, right?
Yeah.
When they went to go save Jubilee, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a deep cut for them not to skip over other characters and stuff like that. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, I think Foosh said a lot of people have been clamoring for one for a long time and they haven't gotten them. So.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
I'm sorry, my 11-year-old was yelling at me. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Yeah, like 6 figures in those boxes, and that takes up the space of like what one Mezco box takes up. I will always say that's the coolest thing about these VHS boxes they're doing.
That's the selling point for sure.
Is the size that they take up and how easy they are to store and stack.
I mean, it's an amazing concept. I mean, if you had the originals of these, not figure wise, but like the videos of it, like this would be a really cool pair up right next to it. You know, and if you don't have them, I'm sure you could find them at a flea market or a garage sale somewhere. Moving on. You could see here in the corner, it's the sad Wolverine with the picture. And then if you keep going, we already see a Mojo's World 3-pack. They did say this is significantly bigger than the original, but with less paint apps. But it looks great. And I'm really hoping that his big tentacle in the back, you can articulate it in different ways. And then you got the other two figures it comes with. I don't remember their names, so if anybody remembers their name, please let me know.
We covered it previously, but God, he's an ugly motherfucker.
It is I mean, it's cool that we're getting this, and you know, very comic booky and just right up my alley. Just X-Men is where I drew the line. It was like, am I going to get into the X-Men or am I going to get into the Avengers? And I just went the Avengers route, and I kind of went that way. I couldn't get it all, so that's one of the reasons why I don't read X-Men or get any of the X-Men stuff. Toad from the retro stuff from what used to be Toy Biz and stuff looks really cool. And then the next one is the Legacy, their Legacy line with the Black Panther series. So you get the vibranium suit, you get the regular suit, Killmonger, Nikita, right? And then Shuri. All are supposed to have better paint apps and more accurate to their movies. And then you can see there on the right side, they got the 1-in-1 Black Panther helmet. Apocalypse from the Retro Collection. He looks good. The little blast effect is super simple, but looks really nice for what it is. On the right side, you kind of see some stuff we've already seen with the Doctor Strange. And then on the next one, you will see the War Machine, which I'm excited for. Definitely more comic booky in the TV show and stuff. So I'm excited to pair him up with one of my comics. And then just kind of going through some better pictures of the Galactus again on the next picture. If you will slide through. Thank you. Frankie Ray, not a big fan about her head sculpt. The flames look amazing. Everything else looks amazing. New figure. Definitely think she was warranted. As someone said, it might have been a little bit weak on what they selected, but you know, what are you going to do with Galactus but put his heralds with him? A little more close up on Silver Surfer on the next picture. Definitely get more comic book vibes from this one than I did from the Walgreens version, but I need to compare. It looks a little off, but again, the same little cosmic effect that we've all gotten. And then on the next one, Morg, he looks really good here. On the next picture, you get Fire Lord, which is another Herald of Galactus. So you'll have to buy him separate. He'll be in the same retro collection as like the Fantastic Four and some of the other retro stuff that they're doing. So you will have to buy him separately, but still looks really good, at least from these pictures. And Dylan, I added those Power Ranger things, so if I'll continue here for a minute if you don't mind. It will be the White Ranger, but the metallic version. Everything else looks the same except he's a little bit more shiny. Comes with a different lightning effect for Saba. It's yellow where the original one was blue. Comes with another Tommy head sculpt. I am not a big fan of this. I feel like he looks a little bit more like Kimberly in this one, with the long hair kind of going. I don't remember what the original head sculpt looked like. I have it. I just never used it. And then a couple of fisted hands. And then they are building upon their Ascensions line, which stems off of their Megazord that is releasing, I believe, next month. But the Dragon Zord looks really great. It's got some missile effects, lots of gold, lots of really bright green, and the silver and the tail looks amazing. Definitely an upgrade from anything that we've gotten recently. They have a 1/144 scale figure that you can insert in the head. If you'll move on to the next one. Keep going. There you go. So we had questions on this as far as size, like how big is the Megazord, how big is the Dragon Zord. They haven't really said anything. I looked on Hasbro Pulse. I don't really see any specs, so if anybody else knows, let us know. But the figures that it's going to come with are 1/144 scale. So they are going to be significantly smaller. It does remind me from the Thunder Megazord, where they had the little figures, the little colored figures back in the day. Go on to the next one. It can pair up with the Ascensions Megazord and do both battle modes. The one with all of the Zords, and then on the last slide you can get I forget, it's the Ultra Dragon Zord, something like that, where the Tyrannosaurus is detached. And I think this looks really, really awesome with the shield and the sword and stuff like that. So highly considering getting this. And that is it for Hasbro.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, Sean. So, yeah, well, like I said, there's a lot of classified news, but just for time's sake, we're going to try and keep moving. We're already pushing 3 hours here. So, just for the updates with the Hiss tank on numbers of where we are at currently on it. It is, again, one of the most successful ones they've ever had. We're sitting at 16,943 backers.
Sorry, was that an updated number? Because I did not.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay,
yep.
thanks.
So it's still got a long ways to go. It's really slowed down a lot, but my guess is this will easily hit in the 20,000 marks. There's still 25 days really left. So yeah, still a ton of time if you are interested at all in it. And then obviously the voting, once you back it, you will then be able to vote on the color scheme of what are they called? The Hiss Tactician figures. So, yeah, a lot of good stuff with this one still. It's still one of their more successful ones at the point of where it's at. Obviously, if it stays here, it won't be considered that, but for how quickly it funded and how much it funded in a short amount of time has a lot of people calling it one of the more successful ones. So Um, yeah, and so Buck Fangs, no, that is not XM Hulkbuster next to Eddie. That is 3-0. He talked about that at the beginning of the show.
He's joking,
So
man.
if you get a chance to go back and check it out, you'll be able to find that out. And then we also will be doing a showcase at some point, hopefully next week, with Sean Usby about that figure. Sorry, Eddie, what were you gonna say?
Nothing. You got it. You're good.
Okay. Okay. So Four Horsemen here. For their update on their All Stars 5+ wave. We have 5 of the figures shown already. The rest are coming July 29th when everything goes up for pre-order. So we got teased the 2 additional ones. So the head pack, and then Zazhar, which is the other demon that like combines to make Alahazar, the green guy. The head pack has 6 heads, like a long bearded dwarf, a female's head, like a toad looking thing, and then like a red version of their demon heads, which they kind of mention, goes along really well with like the red Krampus. And then a panther head slash kind of shoulder set also comes with a tail, and then a vampire open mouth head. So very cool there. 2 of the other ones that they have announced, they're called Zenithon and Ericagast, known as Arcadios. I am butchering these, but they are actually really hard. I don't know what the hell. But anyways, these look really cool. Really bright colors, blue, gray, red colors between the 2. One of them has multiple limbs, which is kind of where we're seeing with Alithia. That wave also is shipping out, by the way. And then we also have the dwarf, and then the Xylernian guard, which has been teased. And I believe this guy will just be included in that 5-pack as well. I'll have to check on that again. But I know that they're doing this cool thing with these All-Stars, where a lot of the content creators get to reveal these on like their shows. So they picked out a list of content creators that do a lot for Mythic Legions and for Horsemen, and they let them kind of do they each had their one reveal. So I think like Bill from Dorklair is on the show with Trevor, a 1/6 shooter, and I think the one they got to reveal is the Heads pack. So really cool there. So check out their show there. I get them all mixed up because they all have like a take on like Mythic Legions stuff, like on their names, but I'll get those to you guys here in a second. But all of them look really cool. This guard with the green is looking really cool. I am really impressed with it overall. But yeah, it's looking really good. And then the other one was like that they're gonna reveal. It's like this, I don't know what it's called, some sort of troll. I don't have a picture of it. Or Swig the Goblin, sorry, is the other one for the new Mythic Legions wave. This is it's like a Goblin Alchemist figure. But yeah, so just wanted to kind of throw those out and give everyone an update there. Legion's Lounge, that's the one I'm talking about, with Trevor Williams, Nate Strong, and Bill from Dorklair. Check their show out. But like there's like Nerdzoic, The Amazing, Legion's Cast, Pixel Dan, Legion's Lair. They all got to do different reveals. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's a really cool way of doing it, in my opinion. I wish more companies, I'd say this all the time, but more companies would engage with their fan base like Four Horsemen do. They kill it. So Storm Collectibles, just to fly through this quick from SDCC, some things we've seen. So this is a 2022 event exclusive Ultra Street Fighter 2 Final Challengers Zangief action figure. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So a larger figure. He's got like
Newer.
4 head sculpts, hands, and then an effect and green hands. What'd you say, Eddie?
That's how you pronounce it. Zangief.
Okay. And then we have a special edition Kintaro action figure. So he's bloodied up, has a couple pretty cool effects here, bloody effects. He's all bloodied up himself, and then he has like bloody hands, and one looks like a split face that like was peeled open through the side. And then a bunch of
That's like his finisher. He pulls your head in half.
I haven't played with this guy for a long time because he's kind of one that's in what, like every other Mortal Kombat maybe. He's not in every one, I know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is actually pretty cool. Cool kind of redo of the figure. And then from Samurai Showdown, we have Nakoruru, comes with like a hawk with interchangeable pieces to turn into a flying one. And then 3-0.
Hey, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Dylan. Before you move to 3-0, I got too hype into the Power Rangers. I did not give you the price points. The White Ranger was $27.99. It looks to be available now. When it dropped from the con, and then the Dragon Zord was $131.99, due out in January 2023.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Yeah, Badfish said the tiger stripes really stand out on Kintaro. That's definitely true. Looks good. Okay, so 3-0's point. Really, the only news they had for small scale was the Marvel Studios Infinity Saga DLX line Iron Man Mark 50 accessory pack. Now this is $50, due in Q4. And it's an accessory pack, just like Hot Toys kind of did it. So it's got a few extra things. It's got like the repulsors that he whips out right at the beginning. And then, yeah, he's got like his extra wings, thrusters, the things that he uses like to punch Thanos. His shield, sword, all of that stuff. It comes with a ton, to be honest, but I still say $50 is pretty
Doesn't come with the clamp feet, which sucks because when he uses those things to punch him, he was using those
He needs
clamps.
those clamp feet. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, to pin his arm down.
The
That's
the
right.
SHF did it the second time around, I thought.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. So yeah, it could have included more, but $80. It's just so expensive.
I was gonna say you said 50 at first. I was
Yeah.
like,
I keep
I was
saying
like, it's
I
not
keep
50.
thinking. Even when I was doing the price on the show sheet, I initially put 50 while looking at 80, and I don't know if it's because it's Mark 50,
Yeah,
or if it's
probably.
because I feel like this should be $50. Like $80, it's literally fucking like
Another
$20
figure.
from a regular figure price for these things.
Yeah,
All
and
of them,
it just feels like extra hands to me.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the accessories, what are you doing different?
Well,
It has LED lighting within them, so that's like one of the
They
big
all
things
light
that
up.
they're saying.
Yeah.
But
the SHF and the Mafex all come with some rendition of all of this already for about $100.
Yeah.
yeah, Mafex is pushing like 120 usually.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, that's right.
they're a little bit spendier, but still at the same time, I would have rather had this. In a line, this DLX line that 3-0 is doing, they're killing it, as Eddie put it. This is kind of reinvigorated.
Yeah, the figures
his
are
liking.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, they really are.
So I would say this is like a hiccup, but also still probably, if you're a Mark 50 or Infinity War fan, you gotta have this at the same time. The big thing I'm not a huge fan of, so with all of this looks fine. It looks really good, to be honest, except for the repulsor cannons. I think that's what they're called, the things that go on his back that pop out at like the beginning of the movie. Is that what those are?
That's the one that holds back Ebony Maw and
Yeah,
yeah.
Because
energy.
I mean, that's literally they're only using that one shot.
energy displacer sentries. That's what I was thinking of. That's
And
what
if-
they call them.
In the first
And
10
with-
minutes of movie, right?
Yeah, yeah. With those
So-
things, like it's cool that we're getting them because we have not seen them in a lot of things up until this point. But I don't really like how they look on there. They've showed like pictures like this with them. I don't know. I'm indifferent about if I care enough for
You know,
them,
it's
but-
almost good though that in a way, like as much as we're bitching about it, it's cool that they don't force you to buy the figure with this and add that
Extra
$80
cost to
or
it.
$100.
Sure.
You know, so because if it was all in a bundle, we would say it's stupid. You should just do it separate. So in a way, it's like, okay, cool. The hardcore people can go ahead and spend the money. But at the
Yeah,
same time, that it just seems that value seems like a lot for
Yeah,
a
and
bunch of hands and a light up accessory.
And the
Like I
figure's
said,
going to be
if-
amazing.
Yeah, it
if
is.
they're
The
die
figures are great.
cast and they're done as well as Eddie says they are, to be honest, $100 is probably like you value that against like a Mafex or Mezco, and that's kind of a steal, to be honest. So if this helps like keep that price down for the regular figures, and like hopefully this sells well enough to be worth it, to where 3-0 can make some money, maybe from this to keep that price down, then keep good figures going, so be it, I guess. But it just
Yeah, you know
$80
what?
just seems
I
so
think it
much.
really comes down to the collector because I'm one of those. I'm a museum pose guy. You know what I mean? I love that figures can do certain things, but I'm a museum pose guy. For people that take pictures, I get it. You guys are right. If you're a picture taker person, you know what I mean. It's
Yep.
probably a good deal. So it just depends on the collector. So in that sense, it's a win because nobody has to buy it. But if you're a picture, if you're one of those Instagram type people, it's really cool. So
Right.
I'm not gonna shit on it, or you know what I mean.
Yeah, you're right. It is cool. We get the option. So Sentinel, they showed off just a 3D model of their fighting armor Thor that we have seen, and Loki. And just to look up, so the Thor is up for solicitation for pre-order, $84 due Q4 of this year, and I think this is the coolest one from this line yet. I believe it has diecast. They have diecast in them. But yeah, there's kind of a snapshot of Thor and Loki here. Eddie, what do you think of this?
I don't know. I think they're cool. They just don't do anything for me. I don't care for the concept.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of them either, but I do like how this Thor looks. I don't know what it is. It's just like a pleasing figure. If I maybe had to pick one from this, it would be that.
I kind of like the Loki more.
Do you?
I don't know why I like
Yeah.
the Loki more, but I like the Loki.
I want to see his scepter just a little bit more, but I think the Loki's probably. I didn't see the Loki before. I think he looks really cool.
Yeah.
But that cape with just how they have it posed in the previous picture, I mean, that looks crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, it does
and you
look
can get
cool.
them in the. Yeah, it looks like they're very articulated.
Very stylized, just
So yeah, that's all we got here for the news. It was a pretty loaded show here, sitting at 12 minutes. Thank you everyone who has stuck with us here. There's a lot of stuff we still left out. Next show is going to be just as much of a marathon, I would guess. So make sure to tune in next show. We'll have a lot of fun. We also are in talks here with Zach about doing a different kind of separate giveaway here. We kind of have an idea on what it is. I won't say what it is or anything like that. Zach and I might record a little bit of a video about it, but it will be, I will say it is a sought after small-ish, like I guess small scaled figure. It's hard to get. So we'll have an update by next show, but Zach and I are going to probably update everyone by then, before then. So other than that, we do have going on right now a 2,000 subscriber celebration. It's a giveaway for Hot Toys Shore Trooper sponsored by Off the Racks Collectibles. To enter, all you have to do is subscribe to Collecting Weekly and Collectors Enabled, and then join Collecting Weekly Auxiliary Facebook group. I'll put the link here. in the chat. So if anyone wants to join that hasn't yet, please do that. You have to join Auxiliary to win our giveaways here within Small Talk, of course, as well. And then you have to find the giveaway post within the group and comment hashtag CW2K on the post. God damn it. And then bonus entry details on the giveaway post as well. So make sure to pay attention there. So our Patreonies, the ones that keep everything going for us, they have been able to keep us doing what we do now. Thank you. We want to thank everyone here. So we have Sean Fear, Ian CB, Renee Mendez, Eric Mariscal, Quinagiri, King Louie, Mark Pearson, Paul Schreiber, James Colley, Ekwan, Chris Vallon, Serena, Ben Thomas, Chris Letty, David Jones, Sam Giss, Daminator, Joao Breda, Dan Lee, Deanie Martin, Stephen Kret, Big Fern, Keegan Zachary V, Cesar Maro Quinn, Mark Phillips, Lisa Martin Bamonski, Rick D. Gregorio, The Everyday Collector, Ricardo Valdez, Jose CZ, Erwin Asusina, The Illustrious Rainer, Alid Morgan, Tukathri Wa, Derek Biziadzinski, Pablo Meza, Carlos Saavedra, Matt Clevenger, Seth Tucker, CC3PO, Scott Smith, that's Don Baton, isn't it? Right? That's the one.
Yep.
Don Baton. Jimmy James, Stephen Percha, Sean Usby, Scott Bradley, Stephen Maria Stanley, as Eddie Manzanares, Luis Bennett, Chip Perrin, Jimmy Hernandez, Gigi the Judgmental, and Brenton Palmer. Thank you to all of you guys. You allow us to sound good, even if it doesn't seem like we know what we're doing. You get to at least make it sound like we do. Okay, so July Patreon benefits. You get the Icon reissue sticker and Collectors Club sticker. If you want to become a Patreon, I will put the link here. YouTube channel members, we have Mojo Z78, Absolute Erwin, Test Jess 1, DK Avenger 702, OMFG Rick, S Beam, Andreas IB, Daminator, Sangis, Thomas Clark, Benjamin Hansen, Chris V, OG Fan, The Pemricas, Mark Pearson, Ben Thomas, Paul Schreiber, Andrew Gibo, CC3PO, Lemur Hernandez, Carlito, CT603, and Eddie Mendez. Hey, Eddie, you're new. Thanks, Eddie. And then if you want to become the Patreon for the Sweet Angel tier at $5 a month, that is a sticker sent straight to your door and access to Ox After Dark replay, so you can watch it anytime. Certified Crispy, $15 a month. This includes an official Certified Crispy certificate on first pledge, assistance with figure fixes by Zach, and then benefits of the previous tier. International postage will be charged at cost for certificates. What a Guy, $25 tier. You get a What a Guy exclusive Pog Deluxe set on first pledge, doubles of all the stickers and benefits of the previous tiers. International postage above $5 will be charged at cost for the Pogs. So for Patreon only, 99 cents. It only costs 99 cents to be a YouTube member, and you get all these loyalty badges and emojis, and then member shoutouts. For Peanut Gallery, that's $2.99. If you're not a Patreon, you still get all of those, and then member shoutouts is just for $2.99. So our cast here, Collecting Weekly Live, is every Tuesday. Only Fools and Collecting, they alternate Thursdays with us. So next Thursday afternoon at our time, they will be going live. We are every other Thursday, so not next Thursday, but the Thursday after that at 8:30 Central every time. After Dark's every Wednesday at 10:30 Central PM. Bricks and Brews, I'm not sure when the next one. It's usually the last Sunday of the month. The Ringcast, Mark, when is your next Ringcast show?
I'm trying to figure that out. Anytime we try to do it, it's 2 or 3 people can't do it because with COVID, everybody's got weddings and or funerals or whoever, somebody's dying or getting married. So
Jesus Christ. Collecting Weekly Live Unboxing. Yeah, that's fine. Just let us know, Mark, when that one comes in. Collecting Weekly Live Unboxing is every Monday, and then Collectors Club with John and crew, they will be going live tomorrow. So on Fridays. And then Live and Let Dice. I don't know if they're going live this Saturday, but they may be. But yeah.
Yeah,
So that's our
Live and Let Dice is this weekend for sure.
okay. Yeah.
8 p.m. Texas time. I don't know what that is. That's the middle time. It's an hour
Texas
after.
time. That's Central Time.
Yeah,
Also,
9 p.m. Eastern time.
Also, I think there might still be a promo on T Republic if you want to support us that way and get yourself some cool and funny T-shirts there. I'll put the link in the chat, and then there is the Pog set there for a lot of the designs, and that is what we got for the show. Wow. Whew. I feel like I need a drink of water.
Job, guys.
That was a lot of names, but thank you everyone. Again, we're very thankful for all you guys, and thank you guys. Shout out for hopping on, Eddie. You look like you're tired as fuck. Thanks for marathoning through with us
very tired.
here.
Oh, that was a good one.
Look like it.
Thanks. Shout out to our version of Marky Mark over here for coming on last minute.
Yeah,
I
thanks,
appreciate
Mark.
you only muting me sometimes, Dylan.
I never muted you. Someone else
I
must.
deserve a lot more muting.
Don't
And
have control
I'm like,
anymore.
shit.
So
Like, as soon as I start talking, I go to mute myself, and then I see that I'm muted in the corner. I'm like, okay, well, that makes sense.
No, you have good stuff to say. You're fine, Mark. You did. Yeah, I think
love
you
you
did fine.
guys.
I didn't mute you. Maybe someone did when your kids started screaming at you.
That's all right.
But yeah, and yeah, so yeah, shout out
Story of my
Sean or Sean for helping out with the show sheet. It was a doozy. You did a lot of the front back end work, Sean. So thank you there. And then yeah, Mark, thanks for hopping on tonight. And
Dylan,
through.
is nobody gonna say anything? You got artwork behind you this weekend. Was that there last?
I've had
weekend?
it. Oh yeah,
yeah,
I've
he's
had
had
it
it for a while
Yeah,
now.
for a bit.
Man, damn it.
It's
It's okay, Mark.
obviously from one of my favorite movies. So
It's not
but
sober
anyways.
very often, so
Yeah. All right. So yeah, and shout out to the chat. You were fucking lit tonight. Thank you guys. It was a lot of fun, engaging and seeing what you guys had to say about a lot of things. It's always fun. Thank you guys for hopping in like always. So other than that, thanks everyone for tuning in to this week's episode of Small Talk, the show where we talk about absolutely nothing important at all. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye, guys.
God bless everyone. Stay cool.